Hello, everyone. I'm tinahacks. This is Tina's RPG show, I guess. That makes it my show, I guess. But it's not really going to be my show. There's going to be other people on this show. You're going to like it a lot. But before that, I've just got a few announcements before we can get running. Because today's going to be Final Fantasy X, and it's going to be a great time. GDQX is going to be live from TwitchCon October 20th to the 22nd. That's coming up. The event's going to take place on the GDQ stage, as well as streamed live on our Twitch channel. Use !GDQX in Twitch chat to find out more info and check out the schedule. Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 is going to be live in person January 14th through the 21st in Pittsburgh. Use !AGDQ in Twitch chat for more info on that one. Head on over to gamesdonequick.com to check out the games list. Games Done Quick is hiring. If you're a business developer or have experience in recruiting sponsorships and would like to work for GDQ, apply at gamesdonequick.com/jobs. If you missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows or past events like Flame Fatales, be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. Your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily speedrunning content. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to press the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel, and then also come on over to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in watching our content live. It's always a ton of fun. We'd love to see you. Speaking of things that I'd love to see, hey Chris, you're gonna speedrun a Final Fantasy, is that right? Do people do that?
I am. People do speedrun Final Fantasies, if you can believe that or not. There's actually a massive community behind it.
I can't believe that. I cannot imagine any person ever speedrunning a Final Fantasy.
Exactly, especially 6. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. My name's Chris Tenarium, and I'll be your runner today. I'm joined by my beautiful commentator. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, Crimson Inferno here. Thanks very much for your comment on my looks, Chris.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And yeah, hopefully we're gonna have a good show for you today. I was away for quite a while and didn't open Final Fantasy X for 3 weeks. And I did 2 runs 2 days ago. One of which was accidentally world record. So that was fun. I think we're probably ready to go.
As soon as you are. But first, before you get started, people in chat are asking what RNG fix means.
We can probably cover that during the intro, because the Final Fantasy X beginning of the run is... There's time. We can go over things like that.
Watch the intro cutscene. It might be your last chance.
Exactly. Alright, sick. Well, yeah, I'm ready, so I'll start giving you a countdown now. Is that okay?
Yep.
I will assume so. Alright, sick. Fantastic. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Right, okay. We only decided like 2 minutes beforehand what I was going to call Tidus. Because I kind of realized I didn't have a name. There we go. Oh, right, okay, so we've started Final Fantasy X. We're in the run, Crimson. Do you want to explain what RNG fix is?
Yeah. So RNG fix is a mod we made to, well, taking it back a bit, about, oh God, I don't even know how long it is, probably 18 months now, probably 12 to 18 months ago. A lot of work was done to understand the RNG mechanics of this game, sort of reverse engineer it to allow us to predict a lot of what goes on in the game. RNG fix is a small little mod that tries to subvert that by making a small little fix to the way the RNG is calculated to make it pretty much humanly impossible to track. You'd have to do it frame perfect to be able to track it. So it'd basically be a TAS only thing, the RNG fix mod.
Yeah. There is a manip category which is separate to this. This is a different category altogether. Manip's very cool, but you know, for the purposes of marathon, why not show full chaos, which is this run without manips? It is the rawest form of chaos at times. It's brilliant.
It's certainly a lot more interesting, I think, to spectate.
I mean, you say that, but I imagine there is one gamer fox right now who is Bergie but up close madging, you know? as soon as you say that.
No crits on sin scales, you know what that means.
Right, yeah, no crits on sin scales, that means they're all going to happen on Amis.
Absolutely.
So this is a really, really difficult boss. As are all first bosses. But I say that sarcastically. Mystic Quest exists. Die on the tutorial boss and just get unlucky, lol.
Yep, so we have a forced overdrive use here. One of only 2 times we'll use Oran's overdrive in this game. It's basically just hit it until it dies. It only has 1 attack, which does a quarter of our current HP, so it can't ever actually kill us. So what we hope to see here is lots of big damage numbers and crits.
Yeah, worst case scenario, Ames get to use 6 demis, which is tragic for a Final Fantasy X run, because, you know, you start losing... Oh, nice, there we go, there's one. 20 odd, 30 odd seconds compared to a good one. Not that much in the grand scheme of things, but there will be other things later on that can lose us a lot of time that I'm excited for. Ames can't kill you even if you have 1 HP though. It's impossible to die on Ames unless you start hitting yourself, because it will do its fraction like percentage health damage, but then it will round up. So if you have 1 HP on Ames and then Ames uses Demi, it will do 0 damage.
Yeah. So for anyone who's played this game casually, I'm sure you did exactly what we're going to do here and switch longsword with Tidus 3 times and had Orin attack himself. I think that's the obvious strategy to go for here.
Yeah, I'd say this is fairly normal. Everyone does this.
Absolutely. This is just a bit of turn manipulation. The way the AI in this fight works is that on Tidus' 4th turn, he can notice the tanker and then start targeting it, and Orin can do it on his 2nd turn. But Orin has this huge long speech he gives, and Tidus just goes thinks about it for a second and then lets you attack it. So we intentionally go for the quick way to kill it.
Yeah, I think it's like 5 or 6 lines or whatever, and you will almost always get the Orin line if you're playing casually, because you're just trying to attack the sin scales, and there it lines up. As for if Orin goes, hey, you should, you know, we should attack the tanker instead of attacking these things that seemingly keep regenerating when we kill them.
Now we're just swimming in this mysterious outdoor pool.
Yeah, I was going to actually say, this is one of the screens where it becomes really noticeable. I'm doing a lot of the movement on D-pad when possible, as opposed to using the analog stick. Do you want to explain the dumb reason why I do that, Crimson?
Well, I assume it's the reason I know, and that is moving with the D-pad is a fractional amount faster than moving with the analog stick if you're moving in one of the 4 cardinal directions, so up, down, left or right. If you're moving diagonally, it doesn't actually make a difference, but for some reason if you're moving just straight forward or straight to the side or straight backwards, you're fractionally faster with the D-pad. Nobody really knows why, but it's just the way the game works.
And it is fractional. We're talking like, you know, later on there's the Calmlands. It's that huge ass area. It's massive. Maybe a second. Like in that.
I'd be amazed if you save a second there.
Yeah. And here's another boss we can't kill, so we're just going to sit around and defend on it. Again, it can't kill us. It won't get enough turns. Even if it did, it couldn't.
Yeah, it's Chris just switching a couple of settings, putting the cursor on memory and the Aeons to short, because we don't want to see a long animation when we summon the Aeons every time.
But luckily in this run we won't be summoning Aeons that much, so...
True.
Oh, I love it when the movement in that screen goes well. Because once Tidus locks into a line in moving in this game, he takes a lot of jank in order to get out of it, so you can't just like micro adjust when you're doing that piece of movement to that door. If you like micro adjust, Tidus will fly off in the other direction. It's a disaster.
Movement in this game is nice crit. Movement in this game is very peculiar. Sometimes it will let you micro adjust, and then other times it says, nope, you're going to zigzag constantly.
Yeah. It's great. Also, because this is a marathon, I'm going to be doing safe stuff, so like Tidus goes down to 200 HP there. We're not going to YOLO risk anything. We're just going to heal Tidus. Oh, you love to see that. The crit nade. 716 damage. Crits are just like double damage in this game.
Yeah, so the strategy here is to, you're forced to use a grenade to start with, and then we basically want to steal 2 more grenades. If Chris gets unlucky here, he might kill Click with that grenade crit before he actually gets the second steal. Hopefully that doesn't happen. There we go.
Is Tidus a kill here? We've missed... Oh yeah, because of the grenade crit. Never mind, we're fine.
Yeah. So now we have 3 grenades, and we need 6 for an upcoming boss. So Chris will take the opportunity on the upcoming fights to steal a few more.
Yeah, quick potion as well, because Tidus at 80 odd HP can potentially die if we get like an ambush or something.
You never get an ambush here, right?
Yeah, it literally never happens, other than 1/8 of the time. Other than that, it never happens.
What's 12.5%? That's basically never.
It never happens.
Nice easy fight.
Yeah. I just realized I don't have any splits open that I normally would do, and integrated in my splits is a sphere counter. Certain enemies will drop either power or speeds, which will be useful to us, and I count them in live split normally. Don't have that open, so I guess I'll have to check my count at certain intervals. But I don't think we've got a speed sphere yet. I think that was a power and an ability sphere.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
We just hope for no rare drops here. Oh, preemptive, very nice. So Chris needs one more grenade here, so preemptive allows us to kill the first set of piranhas before they get an attack off, and then steal the last one. And then we just finish the second set off. Nice, easy fight.
2 speeds, love to see it. It's been kind to us so far. I can't wait for this lagoon. Oh, I didn't do the thing. There's like a CSR specific thing here where if you hold down during this cutscene, Tidus will be halfway down the hallway in this upcoming scene. You can kind of see it there.
That's not a CSR specific thing. You could do that in the normal.
Oh, can you? I thought I'd done it at any percent and it didn't work. If only it mattered, right? Like, if only you could do something with that.
Unfortunately not. So strat for this fight is basically throw grenades at the boss. We hope for a low roll on that first grenade. A low roll is anything below 350. Chris unfortunately got 354. If we do high roll, then it just means we have a slightly slower fight, because the boss will swim around a bit more. But yeah, we just stole all of these grenades so we could just throw them all at this boss and get a nice easy kill off.
Because otherwise it is going to take a while longer.
I'm glad that 365 came out because those rolls were.
It was a bit concerning, wasn't it? Crit for the lads? Nah. I think we're fine.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
There we go. Fun fact, CSR removes like some collision or like all collision for whatever reason in that specific previous last room, so I can just swim straight through the generator that you otherwise can't swim through.
Fun fact, that section of the game was remarkably difficult to put any skips into.
Yeah, Crimson did a lot of the work on the CSR, so if something does go wrong, he's already here to point the finger at and blame.
It's this way.
So we've got that going for us. Lagoon! This is a really fun and
Nothing ever goes wrong here.
interactive section. Later on, you get Flea. Don't have Flea now. So you have to...
You mean you didn't grind it on the chain, Chris?
I didn't grind it on the chain. I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't spend the however many minutes it would take.
Maybe an hour.
So here you can get between 1 and 3 encounters. 1 being incredibly rare, 2 being the most common.
You can get that ever elusive 4 if you really try.
You can also get...
that was a long way for the first encounter. And it was
yeah. That's a good amount to go. This already makes me confident that it's going to be a 2. You can, theoretically, get 0 encounters. I once had Grey Fox run the numbers for me. So Grey Fox is our Final Fantasy X wizard, basically. And there were a lot of 0s in that number he gave me. A lot of them.
Oof. Well, this was pretty much the Dream Lagoon.
Yep.
There are 3 different types of encounters we can get. There's a 2 piranha encounter, which both of these were, and that's the best. There's a 3 piranha encounter and a 4 piranha encounter. The 4 piranha encounter is the absolute worst, because it's incredibly slow no matter what RNG you get. And if you get an ambush of it, you may as well go and make a cup of tea and then come back. You'll still be waiting.
Yeah, it is a sight to behold. Most FF10 runners have been there if you've ran the game for any amount of time. You get 4 piranhas and they all ambush you, and then you have a 75% chance to succeed a manual escape. And if like Waka fails twice, they all get another turn again. You can see the minutes hemorrhage away in real time. It's great. I normally run this in Chinese text and then Japanese audio because it's faster, so I'm having to get used to all of the English voices being back again.
Maybe.
But you can really notice that in these segments, these Cloister of Trials, these little like puzzle room places.
Yeah, the text here is like...
It's slow.
It's obnoxiously slow in English.
You can only skip a line of dialogue once the entire subtitle has loaded, and unsurprisingly, Chinese has 1 or 2 fewer characters than English does.
At least you get to listen to the better voice acting, though. That's my hot take.
I don't even think that's a hot take. The English voice acting in this game is very, very good. For those in chat, so we're doing CSR, cutscene remover. So I'm sorry. None of you are going to get to hear the laughing cutscene again. If I didn't have 2 hands on the controller right now, I would dab on you all. But I would invite some of you to look up the Japanese cutscene, laughing cutscene. Oh boy. You think it's bad in English, huh? It's like crows dying. It's one of the sounds of all time. Anyway, got to the end of the Cloister Trials. This is very simple. It's just, hey, this sphere opens doors and this sphere powers things up and this sphere is a secret, but lol. You're in a speedrun, you're not going to be using that one.
And surprisingly, removing cutscenes doesn't speed these up much.
No!
Just big time sinks in this run.
Yep.
Hey, over here.
Places like Kilika or like Jose as a result become potential reset spots to me, because I'm like, ugh, this run isn't very good. Do I want to do the Jose Cloister of Trials just to continue? Not really. Yeah, that said, we are going to skip the laughing cutscene, but when we're there and it will be over in a flash, feel free to just laugh anyway. But it will be over in a flash, and a lot of you will miss it.
Whoa, Chris, did you forget to go back for Energy Blast?
I did. I'm deliberately doing the local man skip.
How fascinating.
And why am I not going back for Energy Blast? I think it is faster.
I don't know, Chris. Could it be that it's faster?
There used to be a long time until, God, was it early May, I guess, right? So 5 months ago? Always got Energy Blast because it's faster to go back for. However, 5 months ago, a new skip was found. And now it's marginally not faster to go back and get Energy Blast.
Can't beat him down. Man, let's have our
I think it was 10.
I think it turned out to be like 15 seconds or something.
Spells ice and ice fiends.
Yeah.
I get fire and ice.
Lightning
Yeah,
and
it was of
water
that magnitude.
for years.
But yeah, if you haven't seen a Final Fantasy X speedrun in a while, there'll be a few new strats coming up in the next few sections,
including a rather large one. You know, we'll get there. We'll get there. Kamari, can you explain this?
Yeah, so we hit for between 118 and 134 damage here. Kamari has 750 HP, which is 6 lots of 125. So what Chris is doing right now is he'll be counting up the variance to the average, which at the moment I don't think is great.
No, we were -8 there, so we would have needed the absolute max roll to kill.
So basically, if it's like a 120, then the difference to 125 is -5. So we basically just count that difference, and then if on the last roll we're +7 or better, we know that we can't under damage on the 6th hit. Otherwise, we have to do a safety potion, because otherwise Kamari can kill us and we game over, unfortunately.
Yeah, and we got the magical troll Final Fantasy thing, where we safety potioned because we essentially needed to roll a 1-3-3, which is the max roll, or Kimari kills us. We potioned and then crit. So... just when we want it, when it doesn't matter.
I can't even say if you didn't potion, you might not have crit, because it's RNG fix, you might have still crit.
Yeah. Yep. It would be a rather brazen risk to take, though.
So this fight, the fastest way to do it is just to spam Thunder with Baleful. Thunder is the fastest spell to cast, and it's the highest amount of damage that Baleful can output at this point. And we have exactly enough MP to hit this guy 6 times, which is exactly the amount of hits we need to do to kill him. So this fight works out quite nicely. And we also build a cheeky overdrive, which is probably useless, but...
Probably useless. We don't even have Energy Blast. What are we going to use the overdrive for?
What are we even doing?
What are we even doing? Done. We have 3 levels, right? Yeah. I put Tidus back into the party there real quick because this is supposed to be a Force tutorial where Walker's in the party and it's like, oh, don't summon the A on this time. Instead of doing that, just dark attack it, and then Garuda gets blinded and you can kill it that way. Without Walker in the party, you can just escape. There's no forced dark attack or anything.
Yeah, so I suspect the developers didn't expect you to actually switch party members there. For this fight, but it lets you.
You say that, but there are voice lines to basically suggest why isn't Walker in the party? Like,
true.
You know, bring him in. What are you doing? Nice.
This fight's really nice because it basically just mash confirm, and because of the memory cursor, everybody's on the right action to...
There is a chance where after that... So that random encounter there isn't actually random, the one we killed. It's forced. It will always happen at that very specific spot.
Perspective.
It will always be the same encounter. There is a very low chance that you get another encounter after that. I've only seen it once since I started running RNG Fix, though.
It's like incredibly unlikely to get it.
Yeah. So, 2 sets of fights here, both which require you to do more than just attack and boop a lad over there. You want to go into it?
Yeah, so this first one, we're basically just gonna switch out to Lulu and do a Thunder on the Sinfin. The Sinfin can only be hit by long-range attacks, so that includes Kamari's Lancet, Walker's Ball, and Lulu's magic attacks. And then we summon up Baleful with Yuna, and basically go to town with firstly the overdrive and then unders after that. This strat used to look a little different to this, where we would overdrive at the end. But yeah, this was part of the change that was brought in when we realised that we could be faster without getting energy blast.
And he didn't mention it beforehand, but Crimson was the one who routed Energy Blast out as well.
Yeah. I also didn't think it was going to be faster when I was doing it. I was just doing it for a meme, and then I timed it, and I was like, "Oh, it's actually faster." Lamau.
Right. I haven't seen the rolls, but the only roll I've seen is a 1053 from Velfor 257. It's probably fine. We're not going to underdamage. There's like a 1.8% chance that you can underdamage this fight, and then it's tragic. I think we're probably okay.
It happened to me on the first run I did after rerouting this.
I think it happened for me on the second run back. I was like, should this be something I'm concerned about? Also, hang on, just going back to the previous point as well, Crimson talking about he was rooting it for a meme. Crimson will give anything a fair... wait, hang on, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Shake of the stick? He'll give it a fair chance. He spent the new skip came in and everything was suddenly new and scary again. He spent a solid 3 hours trying to prove that, like, killing Chocobo Eater wasn't suddenly faster. 3 hours he spent on that. I think...
That might be underselling it.
Yeah. Something I wouldn't even bother looking at. It's feel like, no, it's slow. There's no way.
That truly was for the meme, though.
Yeah. There is a slight difference in this fight. If Tidus now crits, we can overdrive early, otherwise we need 2 extra attacks. A Waka crit here won't matter. Didn't get one anyway. Crit? No, alright, we're gonna need the 2 extra attacks.
Yes, this fight is fairly simple. We blinded the enemy so that he didn't heal off of us, and then we basically just damage the enemy until our overdrive is enough to get the overkill.
Right, now we're going to check the weapons, because there are a few weapons you can get from this that are useful. Ice Brand for Tidus, potentially Ice Ball as well. You can equip Arm Guards for another fight later on that mitigate water damage, but I'm not going to. Yellow Armlet, Blue Shield. Am I going to equip Blue Shield? Oh, I mean, it's...
Gotta
I mean, maybe.
Gotta get that extractor
yeah.
safety.
So we need to buy a certain weapon in Luca, and you can be a little short on money sometimes, so equipping that for safety can mean that you're short on gil, which is tragic. I'll just potion, it's fine. Just hope Tidus doesn't get hit a whole bunch of times. I love it.
Yeah, that fight's perfectly safe. No RNG involved.
I didn't speak to the kid who wants to be a blitzball. No, I was going to. I forgot. Muscle memory just took over. I failed you all, chat. I'm sorry. Forgive me. There's a little kid in the inn who wake up. He says when he grows up, he wants to be a blitzball. And I wanted to have a cheeky chat to him. Disaster. It's fine. We'll kick the Blitzball later on. Make up for it.
Yeah, so we use another of the big changes that came from the skip that was found, however many months ago it was, is this section in Killicker Woods. We used to run through here with Tidus, Walker, and Yuna, partially because we wanted to charge up Bannerfall's Overdrive, and partially because we couldn't. It's slower to just keep switching the party around. But now it's easy enough to just have Tidus, Walker, and Lulu in the party, and we can use Lulu to kill the elements, which we previously just fled from, which doesn't really cost us any time and also gets us a bit of extra AP. Chris, unfortunately, is currently getting a bunch of Regoras, which are the enemies we don't want to see because we can't kill them easily, and then don't give us much AP for how much trouble they cause us to kill them.
No, it's not ideal. Because this is a marathon, if my third encounter on the way out is solo Regora, I wonder if I just kill it. Yeah.
For the AP, you could always do.
That doesn't even give that much.
Overkill strats.
I need a minimum amount of AP. Also, it's fine. I think I can still go into the inn on the way out and speak to the child. The child's there, right? Okay, sick. Okay.
Yes.
Classic speedrunners being unsure of casual stuff. Am I right, lads? We'll go into the inn on the way out, and if the kid's there, we'll have a chat with him.
So this boss we opened with the overdrive to get rid of the tentacles. We then cast fire until we get our overdrive back, and then we finish the boss off with a final overdrive, just to make sure it's sent directly to the Shadow Realm.
That's what it's called in Final Fantasy X, right? The Shadow Realm, the place you go to in Guadalajara.
Yeah, that's the official term.
We got a bright shield and not a weapon, so I'm definitely not equipping the blue shield. The weapons that drop from Genet, which is that boss, sell for considerably more than their armor counterparts.
Yeah, money at the start of this game is now quite tight, due to a weapon, as Chris previously mentioned, we want to buy in Luca.
Oh, right, another Cloister Trials. It's everyone's favorite bit. Generally, when I'm doing runs of this, I will absolutely just zone out during this. The problem is, sometimes I will zone back in and absolutely not know where I am in terms of the trial. And I'm like, wait, hang on, what? Like, how much have I just done from muscle memory and not paying attention? I'm fairly confident you could blindfold me and I could do this.
So while you're immune to distraction because you're just going to go through the trials by muscle memory anyway, if somebody were to want to pick this game up, are there resources? I assume that there's a Discord. How would somebody get into speedrunning this game?
Well, you would join the Final Fantasy X speedrunning Discord, and there's a whole bunch of guides. There isn't like a bespoke one thing guide at the minute that incorporates the skip and all of the new strats that come along with it. However, there is like a new modifications only thing. And you can use that along with the existing guide to do it. However, CSR has just been like a godsend for so many different Final Fantasies. Final Fantasy VIII now has one, Final Fantasy IX now has one, Final Fantasy X now has one. It makes the run so much more accessible. Without this, I think my any percent PB is 8 hours 40 something. With CSR, with all the cutscenes removed, it's 255, 254 or something. It's so much more accessible. Anyone can just boot up a run now of Final Fantasy X and finish. Because everything is really scripted, like a lot of the fights. Please don't under damage worker. 1 in 4. Okay, thank you. All of these fights are scripted. So basically, if you stick to the notes and you do exactly what they say, don't start doing like, you know, random nonsense. But if you stick and do everything they say, you will be able to finish a run. You can just boot up the game with the notes, finish a run. Easy. It's just like that. Oh, God. Double ambush. And I would thoroughly recommend it. I've been running Final Fantasy X off and on since 2016. Don't under damage again. Thank you, Walker. Thoroughly, thoroughly, thoroughly recommend it. It is a brilliant run. I'm gonna be a chicken. Heal Walker. He's been hit a lot.
Yeah, so it's worth pointing out that although the as Chris mentioned, the notes aren't fully up to date with the changes that have happened in the recent months. There are a set of notes that are not necessarily up to date, but have been used for years and are very comprehensive. And if you're not worried about doing the absolute fastest run possible to start with, they'll easily take you through the run.
He's gonna be a blitzball when he grows up! Alright, cool. There we go. We're done. He was still there. Let's go! But yeah, the previous guide, as Crimson said, it alluded to, if you don't want to do all of the things and immediately be like the absolute fastest you can be, there are pictures on where to go in the sphere grid, comprehensive notes. It is really, really beautifully, fantastically handholdy. I would thoroughly recommend it. This is Jack Shot. I'm very slow at this, so let's hope that I can get it. Damn, I didn't hit a single one. Isn't that unfortunate?
I heard if you're too good at this, you crash the game.
Yeah. But actually. So doing Jet Shot in any percent? Oh, where am I going? Not the right way. Leads to a few cutscenes which are longer. So as a result, in CSR, there's just no state for having done the Jet Shot because no one does it. So if you get the Jet Shot, it will just crash your game. The CSR will not understand the state that you have asked it to be put in. It'll be like, nah, thanks, I'm good, fam. However, at level 3, Tidus also has an ability called Sphere Shot, which is also very good.
Also more than enough to get the job done.
More than enough. You can like bait defenders out of position and a lot of that stuff. Oh right, we're gonna buy Stunning Steel. Or why we're gonna buy Stunning Steel?
The stores in the stock. The people here
That's good.
are so into.
Money was fine, just about.
Yep. So why have I just bought that?
Because it's a stunning weapon.
It's a stunning weapon.
So That weapon has slow touch on it, which gives it a 50% chance on hit to inflict slow status. And we basically need that for a boss would encounter about halfway through the run, slightly less than halfway through the run. Without it, it's a pretty grim trying to kill that boss. We never used to need it because we had more stats, but because of an upcoming skip that we'll get to in not too long, we now have fewer stats at that point in the run, and it's a bit harder to get the job done without it.
We will have haste for a Blitzerator as well, so that's nice. My slight concern is we didn't kill any yellow elements in Kilika, so we don't have any extra mana spheres. I think we got 1 or 2 from Piranhas earlier on, but I will have to keep an eye on my mana spheres later on because we can be short on spheres.
Problem that no one ever knew existed until it existed.
Yep. Who knew? Right. Do this normally. Oh, nice. So, we can take down these Markiners with... Okay, so the second crit is bad, because that just means more defense now. I don't want him killing that. But yeah, it'll take 4 attacks. Oh, can you not hit Lulu as much as you are? It'll take 4 attacks. 5 attacks, sorry, but 4 if you crit. And then Tidus just crit twice, so it took 3 attacks. Didn't end on Tidus's turn though, so it's kind of okay actually. Okay, cool. Lulu's safe. If Tidus doesn't crit here, we make up the damage with Seed Cannon, just skip the mark in a turn. Kimari doesn't need his overdrive yet. Seed Cannon. Yeah, seeing chat about, like, without CSR, how long would the run be? My PB, I think, is 8:44. With cutscenes. I have 8 manas, that is...
Yeah, I think it's about 5.5 hours, roughly, that is taken out of the run by the cutscene remover.
It's quite a lot. Because it turns out the older Final Fantasies have a lot of unskippable cutscenes. Who'd have thought? So having haste for this fight just means that we can skip a whole bunch of defense. But this strat is very simple. It's a huge gimmick boss. You thunder a crane 3 times because it's out of power. It now has power. Tidus can use it. Up it comes and boops a Blitzerator over the head. There's also no music, so you're going to have to play your own music in your head. Just jam out to that.
Yeah, so one of the interesting things about the way that CSR is implemented is in some of the fights we just skip over where the game naturally starts the music. So it either plays the music that was playing before or it plays nothing.
Yep. In my head, I'm jamming out to Easy Lover by Phil Collins. Oh, we got Thunderbolt. That's good.
Very nice.
That's 1 sheer double haste, right?
Yes.
Cool.
That is your wonderful 10% drop.
That's very lucky. I would say so far this run has been pretty good.
Yeah, it's been...
So anyway, Blitzball.
Time to fix that.
Time to fix that. The great equalizer. Okay, good start.
Excellent. So the key bit of RNG in this is really who gets the blitz offs. If Letty gets it for our team, then it's fantastic. If Grav gets it for the enemy team, it's pretty bad and costs a lot of time. We have to tackle him, get the ball off him, hope he doesn't score. There's a lot of stuff that can go not great if Grav gets the ball. Chris just gave the ball to Tidus there and passed it to Jasu because Tidus starts at level 2 and needs exactly 1 experience to get to level 3. So he makes that pass, and then in the second half we'll be able to use Sphere Shot. Now Chris is taking a nice break behind the goal and hoping that Grav doesn't aggro onto Tidus.
He'll only aggro onto you once he's level 3 and has that extendo ability. To give you an idea of how breakneck of a speed Final Fantasy X without cutscenes is, and what CSR will do to a run, luckily GDQ gives us breaks that we can take throughout the run that we'll be taking like shortly after Blitzball, the first one. But if you were doing for a leaderboard submission, a Final Fantasy X CSR run, this is your only break. Normally, I will get behind the goalkeeper here, run out. I've got 2 minutes. It's my only break in the run. CSR is an absolute godsend in terms of like approachability and how many people are able to do a run. Not without downsides, unfortunately, though. Oh, that was weird.
So, bad news. I'm seeing in chat, apparently there's a yellow card emote on Twitch now, so that's neat. But you've been yellow carded. Just a heads up.
I've been yellow carded? Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to work around our yellow card. Hopefully Botter and Jassie's tackles aren't too aggressive. Because we may need to rely on them.
I mean, the ref didn't see Walker getting fouled in against the Albed Syke, so
that is true.
pretty sure the ref's not going to see much in this game.
Yeah. Sorry, someone also just DM'd me real quick and was just like, hey, are you around right now? I'm like, I'm doing a run for GDQ. I'll hear you up afterwards.
Yeah, so we got a Grav blitz off here, so Chris starts by going into mark mode to make the 2 forward players swim away from Grav, because we basically don't want them to tackle him because it's slow and they have very little ability to take the ball off him. And then we switch back into left side or right side. And then we kind of hope he just shoots or gets tackled. What we don't want him to do is pass. What we really don't want him to do is pass to one of the defenders.
I think I'm going to have to score now. Grav's taken aggro.
Yeah, probably.
And I assume once the ball gets to Jasu, Grav is still going to have aggro? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to angle around to the defender, but that didn't work, so let's just go. Problem now is we're going to have Abus on us as well, so we're going to have to... Final Fantasy X Blitzball. Final Fantasy X Blitzball. Valgerda is on me, but because she's not... She turned or something at the last second, so she's not looking directly at me. I think this is how this works anyway. So she just didn't defend me, even though she was right on me. No guard, no block, no defend, no nothing.
That's a really rare thing to happen, but sometimes the defenders in this game can just not aggro the tackle for some reason. And that's basically what happened there. That's so rare. I've seen that maybe like 2 or 3 times ever.
It is a really peculiar one. Grav is going... He's doing his best impression
He's going the long way around.
Yeah. He is taking a shot. I respect this. that is a brave angle and distance to take a shot from. Oh, but Potter's got the ball. Okay, so that's bad. Normally, when a player is tackled...
I think you can maybe just swim it away.
Yeah.
Timeout?
Yeah, this is fine. I'll just pass immediately and then we're fine. Normally, when a player is tackled and like you get the ball off them, there's a grace period where they can't aggro onto you. But because Keeper touched the ball, that grace period is reset. It then went straight to Botter, who was just chilling next to Grav again.
Yeah.
So Grav got to immediately chase after Botter. With Jasu is faster than all the goers, so you'll always be able to outspeed everyone. Botter isn't. Okay, this is the good side to pass it to, because this is 9 endurance versus 10 tackle. The other side will be 10 and 2 versus 12. Going for the pass, I mean, it's slow, but it's not a loss. Which is all I need it to be.
Yeah, so we've now got Blitzball win locked in.
And winning Blitzball is quite important for the run. Losing it basically loses you 3 minutes. If you win Blitzball, you get a strength sphere. You can throw that onto the sphere grid and give a character of your choice full strength. If you lose Blitzball, you don't get anything. So you have to make up that strength somewhere else. So you have to do a bunch of extra stuff as a result.
And that ball strength is incredibly important.
Mm-hmm.
It gatekeeps so many breakpoints for bosses.
Yep. So
Chris here is going to do a specific strat because he's got the Thunderball. So normally we would only use Tidus here to attack. But because Walker's got that Thunderball, he does an extra 50% damage to these Sahagins, which means he can actually one-hit them, whereas normally he couldn't. So for this strat, we do a cheer to slightly boost Walker's strength, and then we haste both characters, and now they're both going to attack very fast, and I don't think the Sahagins get any more turns now.
They don't know. You have to attack in a certain order.
Yeah.
Because on the third wave, they can get turns. But we'll be attacking in such a way that they won't.
Exactly.
The crits do matter here, even though we're killing them anyway without it. Because they drop power spheres, and if you crit them, it means you overkill them, which means you get 2 power spheres. Very useful.
Yeah, so you're not doing too badly here for crits, which is quite nice.
Yeah, don't say that. There's a while to go. Yeah.
True.
Oh, but we don't. With this strat, we don't get to see the Sahagin fly in off screen.
Oh, it's
my favorite bit.
Boy.
Yeah, the speedy boy on the side. Normally, it like flies in like that, but we didn't get to see it. Our first break is coming up after this. Not this boss, but the big flyy bird thing that we're about to kill.
4 powers off of Sahagins is always nice.
Yeah, and we got some powers off piranhas as well earlier, so I think we might already have enough.
Yep, so we now get Auron back in the party. Oran hits for quite a bit more damage than the other two party members. So we pretty much only use Oran here for attacking. And the reason for that is that Garuda has a counter mechanic. And so we basically don't want to attack with characters that aren't doing the other two characters, because the amount of damage they do is just way too slow if they get countered. But Oran only needs 6 hits to kill this Garuda, so one more hit and it's done.
You can't get the very rare under damage because Tidus crit. Alright, so break is basically here now. Call it like 3, 2. Oh wait, no, there's this cutscene. I forgot about this the other day as well. Okay, hang on. So 3, 2, 1, and break. There we go.
All right, so now is a great time to stretch your legs, refill your water, and get ready for some more Final Fantasy X. We're going to be right back just after this break. And we're back. I hope that you're all ready for some more Final Fantasy X, because I definitely am. Which means that I'm going to get through a couple of announcements real quick, just for anybody who's showed up since it started. GDQX is going to be live at TwitchCon from October 20th to the 22nd. The event is going to take place on the Games Done Quick stage, as well as be streamed live on our Twitch channel. Use !GDQX in Twitch chat to find out more info and check out the schedule. Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 is going to be live in person January 14th through the 21st in Pittsburgh. Use !AGDQ in Twitch chat for more info on that one. Head on over to gamesdonequick.com to check out the games list. Games Done Quick is hiring. If you're a business developer or have experience in recruiting sponsorships and would like to work with GDQ, apply at gamesdonequick.com/jobs. If you missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows or past events like Flame Fatales, be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. Likewise, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, be sure to press like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then if you'd like to catch our live content, head on over to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. It's always fun. We'd love to see you. Your subs, your Prime Gaming subs, your gift subs, and all bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. Please consider subscribing if you're enjoying the daily speedrunning content. And what I'm enjoying right now is Final Fantasy X. Chris Tenarium, I think that it's time for you to continue.
Oh hey, that's me. I know
That's
Chris
you.
Tenarium.
That's you.
That's
You're the one
me.
that's going to continue.
Oh my goodness! I really should know that. This shouldn't be a surprise. I was doing part 1 as well. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, my Discord crashed during the break. Whoops. All right, fantastic. Right, I'm ready to go. So I'll give you a countdown, and then I'm just going to start sprinting forward again, and we'll go in 3, 2, 1, go. Right, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab these 2 chests. They're quite important. We're not going to be... Oh, well, no, okay, actually, we'll be gridding one of them. But, for the most part, those kind of spheres will be used in Riku mixes, because Riku mixes are...
OP.
very overpowered. Riku is basically what makes our mid-game so lovely. Right. I'm not used to taking breaks in my speedruns that are like in the middle of gameplay, so I'm just trying to remember what it is and where we are. Oh, laughing cutscene! Laughing cutscene!
And it's gone.
And it's gone. Alright, anyway, next bit, Mihan High Road. Don't get ambushed. It's the
That's the
the name of the
premise
game
for
here.
The next hour or so.
Yeah, pretty much. We have a very generous estimate to work around the idea of, hey, sometimes you get ambushed and sometimes you get ambushed so badly, you game over. I help organize a thing called the FF Relay. And during that, we got to see just how bad it can be. Boy, oh boy. Everyone died to everything. It was a disaster. Not like none of it their fault either. Just unlucky. This lad here, that's a Jewel Horn. Jewel Horn can outspeed Tidus, and then it also has an attack called Gore. Gore can one-shot Tidus from full HP. It is fun and exciting.
Live and let live.
Two best things.
No. We do need to be hit a little bit, because over the course of this, we do need overdrive on Tidus and Auron and potentially Waka. But we'll see. We picked up a Hunter's Spear there. The reason we picked up that Hunter's Spear, that weapon, it sells for 3,937 or 3,437, one of those.
I think that's
one of those is... Go on.
I was gonna say, I think that's how you know you've had good encounters, is when you get later in the game, you're like, oh, Auron's nowhere near his overdrive.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to leave them in on two. Oh, marathon run. We kick the ball! And then the child's just like, why are you kicking my ball? And then we run away like the scallywag scoundrel we are.
Now, so watch out. I'll be right back.
So mean, Chris. Some might say uncalled for.
Yeah, look, that child had it coming, all right? Ooh, one encounter screen after having kicked the ball. This is one of those screens where a D-pad really is king. You can just kind of like find a good angle and hold up for quite a while.
Yeah, so the movement in this game is interesting, because you can basically hold a line even if the camera's moving, as long as you aren't changing the input. So what Chris will be doing here is just holding up, and although the camera's swaying left and right as it moves around the map, you'll still be holding a consistent line throughout the map.
Yeah, one that's too far to the left, and I'm going to have to adjust over a little bit.
Details.
All right. Live and let live.
Alright, there we go. If you run a lot of CSR and then do any percent, places like Mihen are absolutely like almost a culture shock. Oh, this could be a bad one. Tidus got outsped. Okay, no, that's safe. Yeah, places like this are a culture shock because Mihen High Road has 4 cutscenes on it. It's so long. I kind of remember that certain areas just do have a lot of cutscenes, like Guado Salam, but
this is my go-to part of the run for getting food during an any percent run. The cutscenes around this part of the run are nicely spaced out.
Alright. So we got some scary encounters, but we only got ambushes. Oh, hey, you know what? Fun fact, we got some time. Did you guys know that there were simulation encounters in this game? I didn't. And during manip categories, you can actually use those. You can use those to get on like potentially better encounters.
Magic.
Literal magic. Yeah, no, I had no idea those were in the game until manip started to become a thing.
Overall, though, that was a pretty good Mihan.
Yeah, very good Mihan. Didn't get ambushed once. Oh, did I just taste Chocobo Eater?
Not again, Chris. I
I
swear you do this every time.
I do this every time. It is a problem. Oh, this could actually be a problem.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh. Are we going to get the soft lock? Oh, we might. Holy moly, that is a lot of attacks in a row. Okay. If there's a You're Next on Auron, we are going to have to switch him out. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Are we dead? No, okay, we're not dead yet. But we would have been. Oh!
Oh, no.
Wow.
Game
Wow.
over to Chocobo Eater.
Well, I've not had that.
It's okay, say the thing.
I want to say ever. I've had the Auron softlock. So there's like a thing with Auron where he can softlock if Auron's animation is like he's in his dying animation as Chocobo Eater pushes, but kills everyone from full HP to 0. That's a new one. That's a new one. I've not seen that before.
I do remember that happening to someone 2 runs in a row, and they were like, "What is going on here?" But no, this is how Chocobo Eater should go.
That's a normal fight.
You get a couple of pushes and a couple of attacks.
Yeah.
Not about 15 attacks on 1 push.
2 characters being dead before Chocobo Eater's first push was... Oh, hello, this is exciting. So this is a very bad ambush. The little lad on the left has an AoE ability.
This looks okay.
I'll
Yeah.
be right back.
We got lucky with Tidus dodging.
Yeah.
Damn, I got to have my own "this has never happened before" moment. That's nice.
That's what we get for saying that was a reasonably good Mihan.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have called it too early.
Let's see some hustle.
We vocalized it being good out loud.
So I suppose now is as good a time as any to ask. How punishing are mistakes in this game? If somebody were to want to pick this up, start speedrunning it. In this case, it looked like it wasn't too terrible, but how much do you have to measure the risk of just completely losing the run and having to start over or something along those lines?
It depends what's gone wrong. If you follow the notes to a T, you'll be fine. Oh, this is another bad ambush. Potential things that you do wrong can like just be run killers later on. I know a lot of runners have forgotten that there's like a pickup later on that you get from a chest. Teleport spheres, if you don't get those, you just forget them and run away, your run's dead. Certain level 2 key spheres as well, forget those, your run's dead. Just forgetting all things like that, really. Dying for the most part is probably fine.
Yes,
Go.
this game is quite lenient in the fact that it's got autosaves pretty much everywhere.
Thank you, Fiona.
So for game overs, it's pretty much never going to cost you your run. It's, as Chris said, it's only ever when you make a mistake, and even then you can probably backtrack. It's just a case of how much time it's going to cost you to the last autosave.
So interrupting real quick, I'll give some background lore on this. We're about to do a rather large skip. Early May this year, guy called Terra21 comes into my chat. He goes, I think I found a way to skip Mushroom Rock Road. Is something like this known? I'm like, no. That would be huge. Can you send me a video of it, please? I know Terra. I probably haven't spoken to him in like 4 years at this point. Sends me it. I'm like, I think this is doable. I think this is like a real skip. I think he's just casually come in and essentially soft reset all the leaderboards. Did I get pushed far enough there? I think so.
Yeah, I think you
I
can.
know. We'll see. And yeah, there was a clip that was then subsequently shared around. Yeah, we could. Of me being very excited when I first got it and realizing like, oh my god, everything has changed. Everything. Like, all of the leaderboards are now going under a soft reset because we just have the CSR. It saves between 4 or 5 minutes. In any percent, it saves closer to 18, 19 minutes. Final Fantasy X is a game that doesn't have that much time save. 18 to 19 minutes in any percent is huge. absolutely gigantic. Like, the amount of things that, like, need to be done in order to do this. So in any percent, you do a thing called Classico skip. Oh, have I been left box or am I fine? Okay, no, we're through. So you do Classico skip to get past Classico and that trigger. You then need the guards to push you past an invisible wall. And then, once he's pushed you past that invisible wall, you get stuck in another, like, invisible wall box. So you need to wait for the guard to run all the way up, all the way down, and then back up to push you through another set of invisible walls. It's like 2 skips together and several pushes. But what this skips, you know, Operation Mihen?
Out of my way.
So like all of Mushroom Rock Road, the getting there, the chat when they're all having like the conversations beforehand, Sinspawn GUI, Sinspawn GUI 2, it's gone.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
There's a slight downside. At the end of Mushroom Rock Road, you used to buy a weapon called a Sentry. What Sentry does, it's a weapon for Auron. It has initiative on it. Initiative in Final Fantasy X removes ambush. We're prone to ambushes until the end of Muckalania. There are a lot of encounter formations now that, as a result, can kill us. You've already seen it happen with Chocobo Eater. That's really unlikely. This is another ambush, but it's not likely to be one that kills us. The only thing you really need to worry about is Tidus dying early and then a bunch of failed escapes. That's really bad.
Yeah, the only painful thing about this ambush is it's slow.
Yes. And along here, we're looking for a basilisk. You want to tell the ladies and gentlemen in chat why we're looking for a basilisk?
Yeah, so Kamari is effectively the blue mage equivalent of this game. His Lancet ability, when he uses it on an enemy, allows him, well, on certain enemies, allows him to learn a new ability. And for these enemies, he gets Stone Breath, which allows him to petrify all enemies in the battle. This is particularly useful during later parts of the run when there are enemies that we otherwise would not really have the damage to kill efficiently. But fortunately, they can be turned to stone.
Yeah.
So we just sidestep around them.
Alright, so we're going to go for Jose skip, right?
Absolutely.
Oh.
You get it every time.
I might be okay to continue this. Let's see. Ah, nah, priest moved just in time.
It would have been amazing if you got it and then didn't get it.
Yeah.
Because you'd be like, close the cutscene remover.
Yeah, there's a TAS-only Jose skip. No humans ever got it before, but it requires being pushed by the Chocobo, talking to that priest who started moving at the end, and then the Chocobo re-pushing you all the way to the end. The Chocobo needs to push you an inhumane amount of time and length. I thought I was once near because I got pushed by a mile after talking to the priest. Turns out I was only halfway there.
Yeah, it requires like an astronomical amount of things to line up perfectly.
Yeah. So no one goes for it. But in CSR, as soon as you enter the trigger, the cutscene that would normally play gets skipped and you get placed inside the Jose Temple screen. So even if you did get it in CSR, it wouldn't be like worth anything.
The funny thing is that Terra skip, the skip that no one was actually looking for, it actually saves more time than the theoretical Jose time save.
Yes. People too worried about like trying to get Jose skip, turns out Terra
was a bigger
5-heading this
skip
entire
hidden.
time. Yeah. What if we just didn't? So yeah, this is just another cloister. It's very straightforward. You just do it as fast as you can. But unfortunately, there's no speed tech to doing this. It's just do it, LOL. How much time does Jose skip save? I think someone did look at this. I think it was in the ballpark of 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think the theoretical time save is like maybe 12 minutes or something.
Yeah, about that. You miss out on Ixion, but that's not a it's not a problem really. If you got Jose skip, you would need to do two things slightly differently, and they're very easy to do. But yeah, so that was Terra's skip. It completely changed Final Fantasy X speedrunning for quite a while. It's insane just how casually Terra came in and went. So anyway, I think I found something. Oh yeah, good point.
I still remember where I was when I saw the news, and I was like, the Discord server's blown up today. What's happened?
Yeah, it's one of those things that I figured immediately got posted around because people I hadn't seen in years were like, yo, what's this new skip I'm hearing about?
Yeah.
What changes as a result? I don't know. We found this 20 minutes ago.
You go on Discord, you're like, there's been more messages in the last 10 minutes than there normally are in a day. Something's happened.
There have been 200 messages in Science General. This never happens. What's gone wrong? Anyway, time to push these 5 things in. And then we'll be finally done with this cloister trials. There is a very easy magic sphere you can get from this, but we don't need that many purple spheres. We kind of just get a lot along the way, along with those 2 chest pickups you can find at the end of Luca. Alright, let me go. Next morning. Oh, there is one thing that gets skipped. In any percent, there's interactions that determine who you end up on a snowmobile ride with later on. In any percent, you speak to Auron in a few specific places. So you get Auron because his cutscene is really short. Otherwise, you get Riku's and her cutscene is much longer. In CSR, cutscene, innit? So, skipped.
Yep, just cutting mechanics out of the game.
Cutting mechanics out of the game. We're not purists around here. At least not to the point of that, anyway. So, I mentioned a little bit in earlier on. There's like a Final Fantasy relay thing that happens where
I'll be right back.
3 teams race through the entire Final Fantasy series, and during Final Fantasy X doing RNG fix, someone got all the way to the end of this screen, which is a long way, a lot of encounters, got ambushed, died, and had to do this entire screen again. Things like that can just happen in RNG fix. It's
that
tragic.
was so crushing.
It was so crushing to see in real time.
I'll be right back.
Also on the snowmobile thing, Kimari does have a shorter cutscene, But to get you to the point where Kimari has the most affection out of the party is so time-consuming that it's not worth doing. This is a terror skip route change because you don't kill Gooey. Gooey doesn't drop the level 1 key spheres that you'd otherwise get, so we have to pick them up somewhere else. Go grab that in the chest.
Imagine just like cutting out a significant part of the game and it meaning you no longer have stuff you previously had.
There were fewer things
I know.
in my time.
Imagine.
Oh, really?
Live and let live.
Oh, God, I love the voice lines. Belgamine now we see on the right. Yeah, sorry, not gonna say hello to you on this day.
Fight, fight, fight.
We're just basically praying for no ambushes at this point.
Yep. We have been, like, I would say unfortunate-ish with ambushes. We've got more than normal. Okay, didn't get the last-minute ambush. We've got more than normal, but the ambushes haven't been really, really scary encounters.
Except from the old road one.
Except for that one. Fun fact, actually. Extractor. Do you know why it's vulnerable to the slow strike? Or slow touch, sorry.
I do not.
It's because Extractor has a really, really bad weakness for garlic, and inside the sword is full of garlic bread.
Ah. I did not know that.
The more you know.
Smart.
Thank you. You want to go through this fight and why it's so bad if we don't get the slow?
Yeah, so Chris is going to start off by attempting to slow the enemy. We've basically got a 50% chance with every hit, so we hope to not low roll super bad. The longer we don't get the slow off, the more elongated this fight's going to get. So once we get past these first two aqua shooters, the extractor starts rising. Looks like Chris already got the slow, so that's good. Once he starts rising, we then have to hit a certain damage threshold before to knock him down before he uses depth charge, which is just a crippling ability. And getting the turns in if we haven't got that slow to actually knock him down can be quite difficult. So the faster we get that off, the easier this fight becomes. Once we've got it off, we're basically just going to use cheer on Tidus to boost our damage and then attack him until he drops.
Yeah, it was a second try slow, unfortunately, but
Second try is fine.
yeah. I had one the other day where it was like 9th try or something. That was fun.
Yeah, I think anything in the first 3 or 4 is fine. Anything after that starts to get pretty painful.
Good thing I potioned. How about that blue shield, am I right?
What a pickup.
Want to pick up that I didn't use. Is this enough damage? Alright, chicken. I'm a chicken! Didn't get the great skip. If you do that properly, you get 2 yellow circles and then like another one of a different color. And it skips the great appearing up on screen. It is a hilarious skip that maybe saves like a quarter of a second. It's blatantly not worth it. Alright, so Extractor can be a bit of a nightmare, but it kind of behaved. Thunderball makes that a lot nicer though, so. Very fortunate for the Thunderball pickup. We have enough powers, right? I don't need to kill this. The game wants you to use the 2 bomb cores you get However, bomb cores are like quite a nice resource to get,
You should know. I'm gonna use
so we're not going to do that. We're going to use 2 potions.
Make sure Riku stays nice and healthy.
Yep. Is it like half health, except she wasn't because she dodged the attack. How many speeds do I have? Missing a lot. Okay. Thanks.
We just do a little menu there to give Tidus some extra stats. The biggest thing there is agility. At this point, without that agility, we would really struggle in the upcoming Thunder Plains. Basically, everything would outspeed us, and it would not be fun.
No, it gets to the point where the viewers, which are the little the bat things in Thunder Plains, they also outspeed you if you don't get that agility.
Yeah, it's very not fun.
It's pretty tragic. Okay, so this ambush here, it's not dangerous, it just sucks. It's 4 guaranteed B attacks.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Also, 3 cows. Something's even more insane. I've touched upon now how we don't have ambush. Getting rid of ambushes because we don't have sentry anymore. There is a runner who goes for 50 lightning dodges so they can get 3 strength spheres. And then uses that, and they have like a much faster Wendigo and like a few other things as a result. They don't need to rely on good drop RNG at the end of the game for it to be faster either. Downside is that you have to stand around very vulnerable in the Thunder Plains for 50 lightning dodges.
Yeah,
and also do the dodges as well. Like, it is slower, but it is really cool.
It's like not the worst thing in the world, but it's also not great.
Yeah. I know there are certain runners who, instead of doing blitz loss strats normally, if they lost blitz but wanted to continue a run, they would do the 50 lightning dodges and then just play on like it was normal any percent, but with a bit more strength.
Who would do that?
Who would do a thing like that? You'd have to name yourself after some kind of red fire of sorts.
Probably.
Guadosalam, one of the places where the CSR really shines. Oh my goodness. This place is nearly half an hour in any percent. That might not be true, but it certainly feels like it. CSR,
Yeah,
we're almost done with
far
it.
off.
Yeah, I know it's 20 odd minutes. It is a long
This
time.
place is like 95% cutscenes,
Uh-huh.
and we just skip all of it.
And we're out. Just like that. Yeah, okay.
This was probably the most fun place to do the cutscene skips on.
Yeah. So now, basically, hope we don't get ambushed. That thing in the middle is called a Kusariku. It has an AoE lightning ability. It does about like 700 odd damage to everyone. It really hurts. It will kill everyone other than Auron. So just hope to God that you don't find this encounter in an ambush, or the Kusariku in an ambush. But ultimately, this place is just, you know, I'm slightly scared. Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, so it gets a bit better when we get to the second half.
Yeah.
It's this first half that is really scary.
Out of my way!
Live and let live.
We're doing alright so far. The second half's okay because Tidus gets a thing called a yellow shield, so he becomes immune to lightning damage.
I'll be
it's still not great. One more encounter, probably. Okay. We've navigated... Well, hang on. The raptor can still petrify Tidus. Okay, it won't petrify Tidus. Alright, we got through the first south area safely now. That's most of the nightmares over. Encounters can still be mean, but mostly over. What's up? Cool. We have enough money for Sonic Steel. I was looking for Tidus, and Tidus's name wasn't there. Just one. Okay.
Yeah, so now we've got that yellow shield equipped. We've got a bit of built-in safety. Because most of the time Tidus will now survive ambushes and be able to flee.
Yeah, we also want to find Iron Giants. They can charge a lot of Riku's overdrive. Uh-oh. Okay, this encounter can kill us, but unironically. Have to hope Tidus doesn't get confused. There's a 10% chance. Didn't? Okay, we're safe. Scary, though. Scary. Any one of those 10% chance hits, and we are in all kinds of trouble. Many a runner's lost a run to that in the past. How many speeds do I have till? 11, right? I need an Iron Giant by itself. Worst case, so it will charge a lot of Riku's overdrive, but we can also steal a light curtain from it, which will give any one of our party members protect. If you use it, that's fine. There is a backup you can do if you don't have it. It's not great. Nice. We found one. So this isn't as scary as it looks. Iron Giant will always attack the lowest HP character. So it's not like Iron Giant can just turn around and boot Tidus over the head and suddenly we're escaping and everything's a nightmare.
Yeah, and we actually use that to our advantage to get some overdrive charge on Riku.
Yeah.
Since we'll need her overdrive in the next boss fight.
That wasn't cruel, by the way, what I just did. It was kind of cruel. But it wasn't as cruel as it looks. If you defend with Riku, her animation when she's on crit HP is really, really slow. She has to stand up, do a whole wobble thing. If I just boop her over the head with herself, much better, because it skips the entire animation, and she doesn't have a turn. Easy. We do need Riku to get a bit more overdrive. Once the overdrive is past where it says MP, I feel comfortable. Let's be a scaredy cat and just take this 2,000 gil that we know we perfectly well don't need. There was a runner some of you may have heard of called Seraph who had an emote about about Riku dying in the run in order to fill overdrive for quite a while. Oh, no. So we need 2 steals here. We need fish girls, or rare steel. And we need an Arctic wind. Why do we need those?
So the upcoming boss fight, Spheromorph, he has 4 elements, and he chooses one of them at the start of the fight randomly. And the easiest way for us to kill him is with a Riku mix. So we've already got the bomb cores from the Bunyip fight earlier. We got the lightning marbles in Guadalsalam and on the rare still just now.
You guys are toast.
We got the fish scales, and now we're trying to steal the ice element, Arctic Wind, from the Chimera, which just succeeded.
Yeah,
so now we
rather
have-
trolly, Chimera has as a rare drop a lightning marble, which isn't what we need because we already have them.
Yeah, so now we have all 4 elements. So now no matter what element
Next time.
Spheromorph chooses, we can do the mix that counters its element and defeat it.
Nothing's hit Riku so far. We have, I think, max 3 encounters left.
I'll be right back.
I will
Might have to do
need
the old escape and sacrifice Riku play.
Yeah. I think that's what it may come down to if the next encounter doesn't hit Riku. Hey.
I'll be right back.
All you gotta do is complain.
Yeah, we don't. So Riku's got enough overdrive now. We don't need her to have exactly full overdrive because we'll get a little bit on the Spheromorph fight.
You're wasting our time.
As long as she's got about 75% plus, it's enough to get the overdrive on the fight.
Yeah, I said 3 encounters max. There is a chance I get 4 here. Oh boy. 4 encounters on the second Macalania screen. You don't like to see it.
That's that second one from Mihen Screen 2 coming back.
Yeah. Touch the butterfly, because when the butterfly's there, you can't get random encounters. We're about to get a very important weapon. What's the weapon do?
I think it might make us a speedy boy on Tidus.
How does it do that?
So we're about to pick up the only weapon that you can buy, I think, in the entire game, or at least not until the very late game, with First Strike on it. For Tidus, First Strike is an amazing ability that means that we always act at first at the start of combat, even if it's an ambush. So from this point on, ambushes no longer become an issue because Tidus has Flee, and he has First Strike, which makes him go first even if it's an ambush. So from this point on, we're completely safe. It also has the other added benefit of just generally giving us more turns in battle, because Tidus will start much sooner than all the enemies and all of the other characters. We'll use that to our advantage in certain fights to get the right turn orders. Chris there getting the slowest mix, so Spheromorph used fire on the counter to the grenade, and then we mixed the opposite element, so in this case Arctic Wind, and Purple Sphere. I think we're using the HP Sphere now here.
We do indeed. There we see just how powerful Riku's mixes are, though. She basically did just short of 12,000 damage. It can be over. It's 12,000-ish. You throw the grenade just in case she does under damage, but she is very. Oh dear. She is very, 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 very powerful and will carry us through a lot of the mid game.
Yeah. So, she's basically gonna be used in most fights for the foreseeable future, just because her mixes are a huge power spike for this point in the game in terms of the amount of damage they can output.
Still use on Kimari.
All S-Claw strats. Nice.
Why did I make an S-Claw? What could that possibly do?
I think it makes... Does it make Riku a speedy girl?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it does. Hit the nail on the head. It makes Riku really fast.
So Chris is a bit short on speed spheres here, so one of the backup strats for being low on speed spheres is to put the distill speed ability on Riku's starting weapon. That basically replaces any enemy drops with speed spheres. We can use this on quite a few enemies which we don't really care about what items they're dropping, and that allows us to get those few extra speed spheres we need.
So we're in the mid game. We're again about to see just how powerful Riku can be, also how powerful Steel and Use can be. We didn't overkill Negator, so we can't do like a cool thing later on that saves maybe a second. It's great.
Yeah, so we actually abuse the counter mechanic here, Assault, that the Crawler has to build Riku's Overdrive. So we'll throw 1 Lightning Marble with Kamari and 2 with Riku. And then the 2 counter attacks that Riku will take are enough to charge her Overdrive. And then we get just enough turns in that on her 3rd turn she can do a mix with that Overdrive and finish the Crawler off. And we swap in Yuna and Tidus as well, just because we want to get AP on them to get the extra levels. The way, I don't know if we mentioned this yet, but the way that AP works in this game is every character has to take part in the battle for at least 1 turn in order to get AP. So we just switch the characters in as necessary to make sure they get a turn. And then here we go, we get 9 lightning hits, doing an insane amount of damage to Crawler and finishing it off. Now Chris is going to do a rather large menu for Tidus. So the main purpose of this menu is to get HP, agility and strength. We're going to need the HP to survive some attacks from upcoming bosses. The strength is obviously to increase our damage output, and then the agility gives us more turns in battle. Chris is also using the strength sphere we got earlier on as the reward for the Blitzball win. So we pop that down, and that just gives us a bit of extra damage on Tidus, and will also be useful later on for another grid. And now it's onwards to everyone's favorite boss.
And yeah, the mid game is where it really helps to have a commentator. There's a lot of boss fights and menus very, very quickly after one another. The mid game is essentially the hardest part of Final Fantasy X. It's just a boss rush, right? We did Spheromorph, we did Crawler.
But a mid game boss rush.
Yes, a mid game boss rush. There are boss rushes in the late game, but they're not as difficult for reasons we'll see later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just did 2 bosses. We're about to go do another cheeky boss, which is a bit of a casual wall, and then there'll be another one, and yeah.
It even feels like a bit of a boss rush in any percent, but with cutscene remover, it really becomes a boss rush.
Yeah.
It's basically fighting to fight to fight.
Right. This fight is essentially hope Tidus doesn't miss, right?
Pretty much. So Chris is going to start off with hasting Tidus. We basically try and get everyone a turn. Well, we try and get Yuna a turn as quickly as possible, so she switches weapons. And then we use that Stone Breath that we've saved up since we got it on the Jose High Road, and we use it to remove those 2 Guado that protect Seymour. We then basically do a bit of switching around of characters, talk with Tidus to boost his strength, and then attack with Tidus, and that will finish off the first stage of the fight. So now we get Anima summoned. This is where what Chris was mentioning, we hope we don't miss. So the way that chance to hit works in this game is that it's based upon the character's accuracy and the bot and the enemy's evasion. Almost all of the bosses in this game that are done throughout the story, or possibly all of them, have basically 0 evasion. But there's also a luck element, and Anima is one of a few enemies that has higher luck than our characters. So Tidus has about a 2% chance to miss on each of his attacks here. So we need 4 attacks to kill, so we're basically hoping to not hit a 2% chance on any of those attacks. Chris will also be attempting to steal silence grenades in the meantime. We did get the miss, so we now need to do a bit of triage to survive through the next pane with enough characters up.
Two chances to hit this one at least.
Yeah. And there we go. So it's not the end of the world if we do get the miss, as demonstrated there, but it just costs us a bit of time. Chris brings back in Riku now. This serves 2 purposes. Firstly, he attacks there to get that distill speed effect onto Seymour. We don't care about Seymour's drop, and we'd rather he give us 2 speed spheres. Secondly, Seymour's multi-Thundara attack hits Riku and gives her overdrive, which we'll need for an upcoming boss battle. And then it's just 2 attacks from Tidus to finish it off. And now we have another enjoyable, calm Cloister of Trials after a tiny bit of menuing.
I did get a light curtain in the end, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't need to do that swap I just did there. Luckily, with this cloister, this one's kind of short. It never feels that long.
No, this one isn't that bad until you want to do the destruction sphere.
Yeah. For anyone who's ever done this, you know perfectly well you have to complete the puzzle and then reset the entire thing and do the whole puzzle again slightly differently. It's great.
Pretty much.
Luckily, we don't need a lock sphere yet.
Yeah, so this puzzle's pretty much just about slotting in these 3 Macellania spheres to get the 3 sections of bridge to be replaced so we can exit. I think when you play this casually, this can be quite a pain of because taking the Macellania spheres takes certain pieces of the terrain away. But fortunately, if you just want to do this as fast as possible and you know what you need to do, it's actually quite painless.
Mm-hmm. They did, however, put the reset thing in a somewhat precarious position there on the right.
You'll see most runners, because of the way the camera angle shifts, you'll see most runners run through this door with a bit of hesitation, often a little start step to make sure they don't run straight to the right, because if you do run straight to the right, you run the risk of running into the puzzle reset, which I'm sure has happened to many people casually. And now Chris is running away from the Guado. A fun fact about the HD version, which is currently being run, is that Tidus is a little bit faster than he is in the original PS2 version. So in this version, we can actually escape before any of the Guado catch us, if the movement is just good enough. I think on the PS2 version, it's almost impossible to get away with. It's guaranteed 1, and it's very hard to get less than 2.
Yeah. Your movement does need to be like fairly decent in order to get away from the Guado there.
Yeah.
Like, if you're new and you're doing this run, you will be caught. Like, there's no getting around it. Eventually, with time, it'll.
Yeah, it takes a bit. It takes a bit of practice, but
yeah,
you can get it down quite easily if you just put the time in. So now we have Mike Tyson, aka Wendigo. So this is going to start off by hasting Tidus and switching to Brotherhood. And then he's going to set up a light curtain on Tidus. The reason for this is that Wendigo with Berserk can hit Tidus. I think he hits Tidus for around about 2,500 to 3,000 damage. That light curtain is a protect effect. It will reduce the damage by half. Unfortunately, Wendigo plus a spell from the Guado can, in combination, do just enough damage to kill Tidus. So if Chris gets very unlucky here, it's possible that he could get 1-2 hit and get killed, although it's looking quite unlikely at this point and that's going to happen.
Switch Riku back in for a lightning marble.
Yeah, the double auto potion there is quite unlucky, and just slows the fight down a bit.
Yeah, there we go.
And there we go. Easy peasy. So here Chris is gonna pick up a level 2 key sphere. This is probably one of the points in the run which, if you're following the notes as a new runner, it's the easiest to kill the run. Because if you don't get that level 2 key sphere, there is a backup you can get for it, but it's not.
You have to realize that you've like missed it as well, which is very difficult in your first run.
Yeah, most people, by the time they've realized they've missed that, it's that they'll have already passed the backup because it's a couple of screens later.
There is a chance that Zoo can high roll high enough to kill Tidus there. If Zoo manages to get in 2 hits on Tidus.
That never happens.
Never happens. I've never had it happen, fun fact, but like I know it can.
Yeah, who would get crazy low rolls like under damaging Evray?
I'll be right back.
Imagine. It's this magical time where I underdamaged Evray. And I think 2 other runners knew that was a possibility, but they'd never seen it. And other than them, everyone else was like, wait, what? You can underdamage Evray? Really? Like, oh! It was great to find out.
Yeah, I remember I discovered that when I was just running the numbers on the fight once. I was like, hey, do you guys know that there's like a 1 in 5,000 chance of this fight dying? And then someone was like, oh yeah, we always knew that, but it never seemed like it was worth putting in the notes.
Yeah.
Which is a fair judgment call, but it was quite funny.
Yeah, no, it's fair. It's run
happens.
something enough and you will eventually see like all of the crazy rare stuff that never happens. But
yeah.
Live and let live.
It was a surprise, to say the very least. I initially just thought I'd done something wrong. I was like, wait, what? What did I do? We only have 3 silence grenades, so we are going to need some extra steals. We do have 2 bomb cores, though, so I can make do with the preemptive wolf.
You guys are toast. I won't go so easy on you next time.
Yes, we need a certain amount of grenade throwables for an upcoming section in Bavel. So if Chris had have got the second steal off of Anima and got 6 silence grenades, he wouldn't need to do some extra stealing here. But opts to go for the zoo because it gives him the 3 that he needs.
Live and let live.
And we move on.
If I find a wolf preemptive, I'll steal from it. But otherwise, I'm fine with what I've got now.
I'll be right back.
I'm wrong though. That 345 estimate is looking as generous as I feared it might be if we didn't get bad luck, which we basically haven't. Kind of needs to be that high in case like absolute shenanigans happen, which I've seen happen.
Chocobo Eater.
Yeah, like
I think
Choco
that's
Eater
a great
killing
thing
you.
for you to say halfway through a run. That's really good. That's not going to tempt fate.
Well, luckily from here, there's not that much. You know what? We haven't got past guards yet. Maybe I am tempting fate a little bit too much.
I mean, we haven't had a chance to miss some late game bosses. Well, a certain late game boss multiple times in a row.
I guess I could not grid luck for banter, given we're on this estimate, right?
So Chris here using the second Auron Overdrive we see in the run. So Shooting Star has the eject ability. So certain enemies that aren't immune to eject, we can basically just catapult them straight out of the battlefield. So normally that Sandragora would be reasonably difficult for us to kill and get those teleport spears, but thanks to that, it's nice and easy. And now we get a cheeky little skip that we found about a year ago, maybe?
About that, yeah.
So Chris is gonna set himself up here on the side of the pit and hopefully get Riku to push him through.
That was a little too far to the left that time.
Yeah, there we go. So interestingly, normally if you run into that Sandragora, you encounter it. But if Tidus isn't moving, the game doesn't do the check for whether you should encounter it. So we get Riku to basically push us past the Sandragora, and then we're able to run away, and we never actually trigger the encounter.
Uh-oh, I've been stupid. I've tempted fate and then forgot about home ambushes. It's fine.
It's fine, they never happen.
You literally never get ambushed on these next 2 encounters that will probably kill you if they're an ambush. It's been so long since I've actually got ambushed on these encounters that I seemingly forgot that they could.
Yeah, it never happens.
Yeah, see? Look, literally never happens.
Yeah, this isn't the one we care about now.
Yeah. Well, this one can still be bad.
It can, but this one you can salvage.
Yeah.
The other one you require a lot of luck to salvage.
Just get attacked by the chimeras. How hard can it be?
Might be worth doing a cheeky safety save before the door.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're
Actually,
probably right.
I don't know how that'll interact with cutscene remover though.
It's probably a good idea anyway, just for like guards, maybe?
Yeah.
Didn't get ambushed. Imagine like being worried. Lol. Lamau, even. That'd be kind
Imagine
of
thinking that things could go bad.
Imagine thinking that anything could go wrong.
I mean, when you put it like that, that estimate does seem a bit high.
Yeah. Just assume everything will go like swimmingly.
Okay, so Chris just setting up the party there for the next boss. And then we pick up a couple of key spheres here, which will be integral to some grids we'll be doing later. And then we skip a very integral cutscene to the story in the any percent run, and move on to the airship.
So, welcome to if you're blind running this and something's gone wrong. Evray is the first wall.
Also, welcome to Hope You Know Where You're Going on the Airship, Part 1.
Yeah, there are some tracks through the airship. But yeah, if you've done something wrong, it will normally show up on Evray.
Yeah, this is like... Evray is like the... I think it is the tightest boss fight in terms of sort of flexibility around doing something wrong. You basically have zero tolerance for doing anything wrong in this fight.
Yeah, a few you can get away with it in a few of them, but not in this one. Let's hope we don't under damage, right?
It never happens.
It never happens. Riku outsped, which is nice. Don't need to change some armor.
Chris is using the Lux Sphere that we picked up in Kilika to do a mix that makes all of the characters' attacks crit. Tidus got hit, so he needs to be healed. 5 Tidus hits are enough to kill Evray. We use the cheers before the first attack and after 2 attacks because that gives the optimal way of working around some damage gates that Evray has. And then we're also just trying to steal water gems. So Kamari got 1 there. We might see a second one here, possibly.
Hope so, otherwise it's a worst case fight. Feels bad.
Well, worst case fight.
Worst case fight. Feels bad.
Yeah, so there's kind of 2 things we want there ideally. We want Riku to get hit to recharge her overdrive, and we want to get 2 water gems. We got 1 water gem and Riku didn't get hit. So it's basically the worst RNG we can get for the fight. Now we're onto the guard section. So these guards are stopping us from, or trying to stop us from saving Yuna. There's basically 2 sets for the first 4 fights. So the first and the third will all be attacked by Tidus because he does enough damage to kill them in 1 hit. The second and fourth will use throwables, which we picked up from Anima and in B-Canal to kill the guards and then finally finish off the robot. Tidus unfortunately doesn't do enough damage here to one-shot the robot. And even if he could, there's no good turn order to do that fight. So
he does if you just YOLO the crit.
Well, yeah, but even if he kills in 1 hit, there's actually no good turn order because of the double flamethrower.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Guard. So it's in all aspects, it's just faster to use the throwables.
We're going to be short on speeds. Riku didn't outspeed either time. I can get one off the last robot, but
if you're still going to be short after that, you can just speed Distiller. I mean, it's criminal, but
because I don't have my counts right. I normally have on life split. I have no idea how short I am.
might be best to do 1 Distiller then.
Yeah.
Just in case. So this final fight is slightly different to the first 2. It's got the ranged robot at the back, so Chris is going to haste Riku and then just throw 2 throwables to kill the 2 guards at the front, and then throw a bomb core to kill the robot at the back.
Nah, speed's still in it.
Oh yeah, of course. What sword is Tidus is using? The Sonic Steel. It can be purchased in Macalania Forest.
Right, comfortably the worst part of the run coming up here.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Is it though?
Yeah, it's gotta be. At least you're doing something in Blitzball, man.
I genuinely think this is the best of the 5 trials.
What? Okay, okay. I know you said it's not the worst in the past, but the best?
Okay, I'll give you 2 reasons why this is the best. Okay, the first one is if you're doing the manip category, it gives you the time you need to find your armor. My second reason
it's useful in manip. I'll give you that.
My second reason is before we used turbo in any percent, it was a fantastic break from 2 sections of long mashing.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
It's also just a nice place. It's just a nice one to chill on. Like it's basically on wheels.
It's very much on rails. It's just like it's 6 minutes of just this.
I mean, sure, if we had a way to skip it, that'd be great, but
so responding to no one in particular, we'll be taking the break after this anyway, because we're going to do it in Via Purifica, which is literally the place right after this. And I'll down some more very brownish looking water. But also, just touching what Crimson said, we have turbo now, so it's okay. My elbows and fingers and hands aren't, like, destroyed anymore. Great. Also though, after this, we are going to truly see how strong certain elements of the game can be. If you've never seen a Final Fantasy X run before, you might be a little surprised at what we end up doing for the late game. Water is good for the liver. Yeah. It's carbonated, sugary, brown water that comes out of a Pepsi Max bottle. It's pretty tasty. Luckily, we're not too far done. The thing is, once you know how to do Bevel trials, it is a very, like, easy trials. You are going left, back, second left, 3, 4, 3, 2. It really is that easy, and the
that
game
makes
gives
so much sense, Chris.
Yeah, in terms of the movement you have to do, right? Jeez. And like where you have to go. Hang on. You need this up arrow that I'm on to align with the third right arrow there, otherwise you can't get it. There we go. But yeah, once you know how to move, easy. It's just quite long, isn't it? If you could run, I know it would defeat the point of this trial, but if you could just run everywhere, this would be so much shorter. Because they take away your movement, it takes a while. Alright, we're nearly done though. We've got one more turn left and then we're taking the first right.
Yeah.
Then we will be in the screen with Invia Purifico. I'm going to take the teleporter forward and then we'll take our break. Just because we need to hit the teleporter before it goes back around. In any percent, because you get a little tutorial on how to do it, you can't get there in time, so you have to wait for one cycle for it to go around. But in CSR, cutscene! Don't need it, so you can get there in time. You need the incredible movement
CSR
of
things.
Just CSR things. You need the incredible movement of just hold up. Yo, you remember when we did that first minute run and you were commentating for me a while ago and you donated money for the Bahamut name? What was the Bahamut name you wanted? I can't remember.
I do not remember.
You don't remember? Oh well. I'll just call it Bahamut then.
Classic.
This is a teleporter ahead of us that we need to catch. So we'll take our break once we're on the other side of this. Or into something, and then 3, 2,
There must be
1, pause. Okay.
All right. Well, it's time for another break. Now's a great time to stretch your legs, get a drink of water, and then settle back in because we've got, I'd say we're about halfway through, a little bit more than halfway through. Plenty more Final Fantasy X for you coming on up. And we are back. I hope you've all got a fantastic beverage, maybe a little bit of a snack. Get ready for some more Final Fantasy X. We're going to get right back to it right after these announcements. Just for everybody who's come on along since the show has started, GDQX is going to be live at TwitchCon from October 20th to the 22nd. The event will take place on the Games Done Quick stage, as well as be streamed live on the Twitch channel. Use !GDQX in Twitch chat to find out more info about that and check out the schedule. Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 is going to be live in person January 14th through the 21st in Pittsburgh. Use !AGDQ in Twitch chat for more info on that one. Head on over to GamesDoneQuick.com to check out the games list. Games Done Quick is hiring. If you are a business developer or if you have experience recruiting sponsorships and you'd like to work with GDQ, apply at GamesDoneQuick.com/jobs. If you missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows or past events like Flame Fatales, be sure to check out the VODs at youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then if you'd like to catch our live content, come on over to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick. It's always a ton of fun. We'd love to see you. Your subs, your Prime Gaming subs, your gift subs, and all bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily speedrunning content. Chris, you're making such good time. Nothing has gone wrong.
Yeah, no, nothing has gone wrong. It's, we really have been flying. It's like, it's not quite a PB for me, which like would be the world record, but it's still been very fast. We've had virtually no bad marathon luck other than the death on Chocobo, which
was very funny.
Lamau. Yeah, Lamau. And then the miss on Tidus on Anima. But because it was the third attack that missed and not the fourth, it wasn't tragic. It's just a little bit of shimmying around and then you can just back it up.
It was 2%, which again makes it very funny.
Yes. We do have a bit of time because of how underestimate we now are. So I think I have a plan on how to spend
this is your
some
license
of that
to have
time.
fun. I'm going to give it back to you. You get to have fun now.
Okay. All right, 6. So I guess start the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, cool. So first thing you've got to do is a menu, and then I'll go into what shenanigans we're going to get up to. We're going to do something that is illegal in the speedrun.
Yeah, so Chris is currently doing probably one of the biggest menus in the run. So he's moving Oren up to what is normally Walker's part of the grid. And then he's going to move Yuna around part of her grid to get some strength. And then he'll teleport over to Oren and then start picking up all of the stat nodes in that area. That area has a lot of strength, which is what we want.
Sorry, I'm used to looking for the thing that doesn't have HP on it, but they both have names because English.
So now he's basically going to work his way around, picking up most of the stats. But the key ones are strength and agility. And this is in service of making our Aeon stronger. So the way the Aeon stats work in this game is that they are based on unit stats. So each Aeon has a different scaling and based on unit stats. So as an example, Bahamut's strength is 1.6 times unit strength, and then there's some other stuff that gets added on. But the key point is that Bahamut gets 1.6 strength for every one that Yuna gets. So we've just given Yuna quite a lot of strength. So we've given Bahamut 1.6 times quite a lot of strength. So in a second we will see the impact that has had. Say in a second, in a few minutes.
Yeah. I have 7 speed spheres. Is that enough? How many do I need to get?
Ooh. I'm not 100% off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I think you probably want to do a speed distiller just to be safe.
Yeah, alright, we'll be lame in speed distiller.
It's not like you don't have an abundance of time.
We'll play hilariously safe.
Yeah, so all that strength has now made it so that Ixion can one-hit these enemies. Ixion's doing about 4,000. They have about 2,200 HP. Oren and Yuna on their own would struggle to kill those without us buffing up the Aeons here. So pretty much the only way we'd get through this other than if we gave Yuna like Thundarg or something.
Yeah, so now we're about to see just how strong Bahamut is. Okay, I need 8 speeds, so I'm missing 1. So we'll speed distiller it and cry ourselves to sleep, I guess. So anyway, hello, this is Bahamut. Bahamut does a lot of damage.
How much is a lot, Chris?
About 12k. 12, 13k.
That is quite a lot.
It is a lot with a physical attack at this point in the game, isn't it? And just you wait, Bahamut is about to do a cheeky bit more in a second as well.
Wow. Does he get as high as 25k?
Might, maybe.
It's not a...
Also with the introduction of Turbo, this is like a nice little turbo break as well. Because essentially all you do is summon Bahamut twice and go boop.
Yeah. It's a shame we can't summon Bahamut in the third fight.
Yeah. So Isaru summons Bahamut, and Bahamut comes in and goes, "Rah!" and slams down on the ground. But in Aeon battles, you're not allowed to use the same Aeon against their Aeon. And they always summon first. So...
Seems a bit unfair, honestly.
It is a little bit unfair. Luckily, we're strong enough that it doesn't matter. Ixion. Lightning Horse gets its own turn in the sun. We're mostly hoping for a crit here. If one of the first 3 attacks crits, it actually matters. You can skip an attack. Okay.
And it did.
Yep, right on cue. They got the 3 attacks instead of 4. Just what we needed, actually, though. I'm not sure we had enough time save in this run. It hadn't quite gone well enough.
Couldn't have got the first ever miss.
Yeah, that would be something. Okay, so this is this side. Cool. Definitely have enough powers.
This is quite a nice calm place.
This is quite a nice calm place. There are yellow glowy lands and purple Sahagini lands that you can kill along here if you're short of powers, but we have enough, so it doesn't matter. Oh boy. I just seen in chat someone asked, is this your favorite Final Fantasy question? And given that we have a rather silent swim with nothing happen, it's actually a perfectly timed question. It's not. My favorite Final Fantasy is 6. I love 10, obviously. You don't accidentally speedrun a game for the best part of 7 years, but I do like me some 6. What is your favorite Final Fantasy, Crimson? Is it 10?
It is indeed 10.
Yeah, that's not a surprise, I guess. You can time an up input here, so Tidus keeps swimming straight, but you hold your angle. It's quite nice. Yeah, it's just a little thing. We're gonna get to the next area, and then we're gonna do another menu, and then we're gonna have a chat about something.
What are we gonna chat about, Chris?
We're gonna have a spicy thing. We're gonna roleplay like it's 2019 again.
Ooh.
Are you ready to roleplay with me?
I think I got you.
Alright, sick. Alright, so you need to do a menu here. Pump Una full of more steroids.
Yeah, so this menu is pretty much the same as the last one. Get strength, get agility, get a few extra stats that just help out with certain breakpoints. And then move on to Seymour Part 2.
This area is actually like kind of annoying to move really well on, because if you take 2 inside of a line, those little humps on the side, they extend for a lot longer than they suggest, so you just kind of bump into a bunch of invisible walls if you move like too well over and over again. It's a disaster. So I'm just gonna curve in a little bit now. It's a bit more than I wanted, but
yeah. So what Chris was doing there was getting a kill on one of the robots. Una needs a tiny bit more AP to get her through the rest of the run with the level she needs, and this just happens to be the most efficient place to get the extra AP we need. Fortunately, because now Una has got quite a lot of strength between her and Tidus. They can take out one of the robots, and then
That won't
Tidus
go
can
so
run
easy on
away.
you next time.
Okay, so Bahama is about to hit quite hard. Nice, got the outspeed. More time save. Right. We're gonna have a chat about something now. So, the year 2019. Minip hasn't been found yet, I think. Minip hasn't been found yet in 2019, right?
Correct. It's probably true for 2020 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, 2019 sounds better. It's fine. It's further away. A few runners are slamming runs into the cave to find an elusive ghost. And once they find their elusive ghost, didn't need to do that. They hope that it drops a certain armor. That armor being no encounter armor. To suggest this run has gone quite well would be an understatement with the estimate provided.
We'll get through this.
So we have a bit of time to spend. We're gonna go to the cave and try and YOLO no encounter armor. If we get it, GDQ are gonna hate me, but we probably won't. We probably won't, so it's okay. The chances of getting it are like so astronomically short.
I mean, if you get it within 10 minutes, if you get it in 20 minutes, it's fine. You still lost time.
Yeah, we're not gonna be in there for 20 minutes. What do you reckon a good amount of time is? 12 minutes?
20 minutes.
Do you want to be in there for 20 minutes? I don't know. We might suddenly be cutting it a little close. Hang on. I definitely don't want to be running in circles for 20 minutes looking for it. We can do it. So RNG fix doesn't turn into like, you know, a category where people just YOLO no encounter armor at the end of their runs and hope for a hilariously rare drop. It is very unlikely to happen. I just want to preface this now. We are almost certainly not going to get this, but imagine if we did.
I can't wait for you to get it first.
There's no way.
I mean, there's 3% of a way.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We got the other fire gem. Oh, go on.
I know I said earlier that 12.5% basically never happens, but 3%, that happens all the time.
True.
3% is enough for Octopath speedrunners. It's enough for you.
There is a reason I didn't speedrun Octopath. I learned Octopath 1, the Tressa route, and I was like, man, this is actually the most toxic speedrun I've done. It makes Pokemon Red look consistent. What is this? This would normally be the time where I check my encounters, but don't have live split open, so no idea. Let's just assume it's probably okay. If I had to guess, I'd probably say late 140s. Halt!
What are we going to do on this fight?
Well, it may surprise you, given this is the Final Fantasy X endgame. But we're going to summon Bahama and boop it over the head a few times.
Interesting. What a strat.
Okay, as Grey Fox says in the chat, It's 5% to get a no encounter armor off a ghost, and a ghost is a 1 in 13 chance every encounter. I'm going to spend 12 minutes. 12 minutes. That sounds like a good amount. I have no frame of reference, so I don't have any timers around me.
I'll keep you honest.
Okay, cheers. So yeah, this is
20
what...
minutes on the clock.
So this is what runners used to do. They used to go to the cave, but very few. Okay,
Here we go.
Here we go! Ghost first try. That's the 1 in 13. Now, it's 5%.
Oh my.
I'm gonna boop it over the head. Technically, it's faster to do with Ixion, but I was just turboing. Okay, it didn't drop anything. Thank God for that. I could just see the GDQ blacklist come closer. Oh, this is an ambush. This is fine. We'll just load the autosave if we die. That's not a problem. I think as long as Yuna doesn't die, it's fine. Yeah, that's Kimari. Yuna doesn't have first strike, so... there we go. You're cheering for first try. Okay. This is a magic urn. Oh, actually, we need this. We want Riku to have overdrive.
I guess if you did first try it, you could have always just not equipped it.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, we can escape here. And then the magic urn will be like, oi, that's kind of rude. Wait, what? Oi.
It doesn't. I think you've got like a 60% chance to get an item if you hit it in the center.
Okay. Well. So Riku now has her overdrive. She needs that for Seymour, the next fight. And now we're just going to run around.
10 more minutes.
Good news is, we got a Phoenix down, so there's no way we're going to be short on them for the final boss, right?
No.
We already had, like, 2 Phoenix downs and 2 or 4 Mega Phoenixes, but... one thing at a time.
Imagine a world where this is the way to get world record.
This is where PS2 was at for like a year. And then Manip was found and it wasn't anywhere near as bad. Nowadays you try and manip certain seeds and then the ghosts are at good encounters and then you can manip the seeds so it will, manip the ghosts so it will drop the no encounter armor. Here though, I guess I'll re-explain for those who've come in late. This is RNG fix. That makes it so we can't manip. Unless you play frame perfectly throughout the entire run. And spoiler alert, you can't play frame perfectly.
You could if you played on 1 FPS.
You might have a few other downsides if you if you play at 1 FPS.
Here we go, 5%.
All right, 5% again. Come on.
This would still be a time save.
Yeah, it would still be a time save. I think once you go past 6 minutes in the cave, you're time lost on PC. On PS2, it's like 8 minutes because encounters take 300 years to load in. Remember, if an armor does drop, it's not necessarily no encounter armor. Okay, it didn't drop anything. Nice. Let's remember to do this time.
The most likely outcome.
The most likely outcome. See, it can also drop death ward and stone ward, I think,
Something like that.
as well as no encounters.
Or no, it's like MP plus 20% or something. Maybe. It's one of them. Although that might be a weapon one, I can't remember.
I was going to say, I think that's the weapon one, right? Because the MP plus whatever are things that turn into no encounter armor if you make them an armor, as opposed to a weapon, I think. Alright, how long have we been running around in circles still?
You have 6 minutes left.
6 minutes left, okay. How about we do 6 more minutes, and then the next ghost? And then we can still finish.
And then you run around for 8 minutes, and I get my 20 minutes.
if it goes too long, I'll just leave. But we'll do another 6 minutes, and then the next ghost. Or we won't get another ghost for the next 6 minutes, and then we'll just do the next ghost anyway. Oh, weapon is magic, right? So just don't get any one of those.
You can make a no encounter armor, but we can't get the items in any efficient way to do that.
Yeah. You need like 60 purifying salts or something.
Yeah.
And like at this stage of the game, I think a purifying salt is a rare drop from a zombie and Zanarkand.
I think rare drop from guards as well. So you could, in theory, get it at Bavel guards, but you would need to steal 60 times.
Woo!
And not only steal 60 times, but still 60 rare steals. I think
rare steals are 1 in 8.
That would take way more than 6 minutes.
Oh, we crit. That's the sign. That's the good omen sign that we're going to get.
That means it's a peaceful armor, right?
No equipment again. Come on, at least bait everyone and drop an armor. Come on. How long we got left? 3 minutes, maybe?
No, still another 5.
Really?
Yeah, it's only like a minute since you asked.
Oh, damn.
Oh, no,
okay.
sorry, 4. Well, 4.5. I was right.
Okay. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? Right. Alright. Is this going to be the ghost? No, preemptive though.
This is the best way to play Final Fantasy X speedrun, honestly.
I can't think why people move to Manip eventually.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to do this? You know, the best part in PS2 runs, this is 8 hours in. And you're just going to the cave to roll some dice, and all of the dice say 1. Other than, like, you know, 1 in the corner that says 100 on it. Or nat 20, I guess, probably. I guess if I knew I was gonna... Wait. I could probably skip a Seraph Warp, right?
Because of all the extra ghost kills.
Yeah, because I have 3 extra ghost kills.
I'm not sure that's enough AP, but...
Really? No, it must be, because there's that thing where if you lightning marble and overkill the negator on extractor, and then you get 2 maze lavas and 2 robots, you can skip a Seraph Warp.
Oh, maybe then.
So I assume that's going to be the case. So I just won't do the one that I would normally do after Bron and Yenku. probably only going to get one more ghost at this point. Probably.
We've got 2.5 more minutes.
Okay. Yeah, it's just pointed out in chat that if I do equip the no encounter armor, this run will be invalid, but something makes me think that this won't be world record. It's hard to say for sure, but you know.
Yeah, I mean the 2 pauses in the middle are absolutely fine, but
Yeah. The 2 pauses in the middle and the hidden game.
but nope, doing this is what makes it
Yeah,
no good.
but equipping that
Is this Ghost 4 or Ghost 5?
This is
Yeah, it's
Ghost 4.
right?
Come on, give us an armor. Give us an armor at least. Come on.
Or a weapon, just any drop.
Yeah, anything. Come on.
It's a 23% chance to drop something, so
Oh, the crit though.
that means
Come on.
it's gonna be good. Wow. It's not the swimmer, but it happened. Go, Chris, go. You might be in the realm of, like, not losing time. Actually, no, you are losing time. I think you'd.
We're definitely losing time.
Yeah, that was like 10 minutes, but still. You're in the realm of barely losing time.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I mean, we lost like 5 minutes. It's fine.
I cannot believe this. Okay. All right. Well, we got no encounter armor.
I told you, man. 3% happen all the time.
Yeah. 1 in 13 to find a ghost and a 5% to get it. Just get it. It's that easy.
It's just that easy.
It's that easy. I cannot believe that. That is ridiculous. All right. What a meme.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about. Well, other than underwater sections, at least you don't have to worry about random encounters anymore.
So this trip along Gagazet is going to be a very quiet one. Oh my god. Got 2 returns. Two returns is the good drop.
Just marathon luck, right?
It's just marathon luck. What is this run?
This is the last big menu. So Chris is getting a bunch of extra strength and agility on Yuna. And then we'll also be getting Tidus armor break. And
oh my god, where's Tidus? Jesus.
and then we'll be moving on. Oh, we'll also customize first strike on some weapons.
Only Yuna.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good enough. Oh wait, what am I doing? I can put Yuna in the party.
So not used to having no encounter.
I cannot believe this. Encounters in Gagazet in 2023. Lamau.
Somehow in the back of my head, I knew it was going to happen. I was like, it's too perfect for it not to happen.
What a meme. I was like, it's fine. I can just grind for something that's not going to happen for like 15 minutes and then get a lot nearer to the estimate. Lol.
And then 10 minutes in, just get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's just a hike. We're just chilling now.
Hiking Simulator 2023.
Yeah, we're just playing Hiking Simulator for all those climbing enthusiasts. What do we do? Alright, okay. Alright! What a video game. We'll still get encounters in, the water, as Crimson said.
So Chris got the no encounter armor for Auron. Unfortunately, Auron's not in the party in the underwater sections. We only have access to Tidus, Waka, and Riku. So we don't get the benefits of that ability, unfortunately. Or fortunately. It would have been even worse if it was swimmer armor, but for losing time.
So this is one of the benefits of getting 2 returns. You don't have to do like a whole setup and then Bahamut gets banished and like it's a whole setup and shenanigans. Bahamut just summons and boops Seymour over the head. And the fight's over. Considering how far we are ahead, I'm not going to gridlock Sphere. If we miss, we get the time loss that we wanted. It's fine.
Or we get the time save we expect.
Yeah, but then it's like, I don't. It's like 8 seconds to do it.
I think you should pick up the Lux Sphere, but then not grid it.
Sure, why not?
Just flex on the game.
We have no encounter armor, so it's not like we're going to get an extra encounter because of it.
Just pick up the Fortune and Lux Sphere and then don't use them.
Sure, can do that.
I feel like the game was like, I'm going to give you a no encounter armor, but don't worry, I got you. It's a non-swimmer.
Yeah. So here you can't get encounters in this little body of water here, but you can in the next bit. I did ponder the idea of getting Yojimbo and trying to Zanmato something, but that felt a little too.
You said you could kill a mega weapon.
Yeah, that takes a little too long to do. I feel.
Not with no encounter armor.
Oh yeah, no. I guess we could. I guess we.
You could get,
just waltz to a mega weapon.
You don't have the money to. I don't think you have the money to get him, but you could get Yojimbo. Use Bahamut to kill a mega weapon, then try and kill ultimate weapon with or the other way around, kill an ultimate weapon, then try and kill a mega weapon with the Yojimbo.
We don't have time for ultimate weapon and be here all night. That's a lot of encounters you got to get through.
You just flee them all, right? It's like
True.
8 encounters.
No, let's not do anything too shenanigan-y. It's fine. We don't have the money for Yojimbo, but we can get money for Yojimbo. That's not a problem. And nearly the last random encounter of the run. Only one more section. And then I guess icicles. Was that a good line? Oh, look
It's
at that.
pretty good line.
Miss me with those platformers. I get excited when I see really, really good movement in turn-based JRPGs.
Need to get those corner clips right.
Exactly. This is the hardest puzzle.
I don't
really
think
is
you're
a
going to
little-
solve this.
You don't? Okay, yeah, you know, good point. I think Riku goes there. What do you reckon?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Okay, well, let's see. Walker only has one left, so he has to go into the small green one, which I can only assume is meant for him. Oh, it's not! Okay, we'll try Riku in this one this time.
This
Okay,
doesn't seem
this-
right.
This doesn't seem right? Yeah, that is a big red one for Walker. It's probably not. Oh, it was! Oh, there you go.
Guess it's just that easy.
It's just that it's a hard one to get, to be fair. I think most people casually get there and they're like, I don't know what any of this means. This is very, very confusing. What are we doing? Gaming. That was it, wasn't it? It's about the friends you make along the way in the journey there. It's fine.
Gaming with no encounter armor since 2023.
That's the one. Alright, and that's the last random encounter we'll get in this any percent RNG fix run. We're in Gagazet. Last random encounter.
A sentence you didn't think you'd be saying a few
No!
hours ago.
Somewhat surprised. I gotta bring Yuna into the party here. Otherwise, Spectral Keeper's gonna get a turn. Spectral Keeper's Spectral? The other one.
Sanctuary.
Thank you. I'm going insane. It has a lot of armor, so we reduce its armor to 1 with armor break and then boop it over the head. But I remember that I'm on impulse as well. Don't want to be on impulse. Boop. I also just realized. So I don't need notes for this game. I just run.
No,
However-
no JPEGs. You have to do it blind.
Nah, I'm good, thanks.
You've got the time.
Nah.
No, you've got the time to mess it up. No JPEGs.
I would misremember the 4th one. That's the one that always catches me out. Yeah, I don't use notes. However, the Tetris puzzle in Zanarkand, very, very few people have that memorized. I would normally say no one. However, I'm currently with someone who definitely doesn't use JPEGs for the puzzle because he has them memorized. But, you know, besides Crimson, no one. Oh, and also the good thing about this, you get to jam to Zanarkand now as well.
Without any encounters to get in our way.
Yeah, the music still plays during encounters.
Don't
but
forget to
you
pick up
get
the chest you're not
battery.
going to use.
Yeah, Fortune Sphere, of course, of course. Flex on that Fortune Sphere. It's a peaceful stroll.
I mean, it's in the equipment name.
Normally worried about like trying to hit this encounter, this zone, after a while to try and skip an encounter. No worries about that.
Not in this run.
What's there to be worried about? There's a chest you'd normally get here that gets you an extra encounter. But one, we don't have encounters, and two, we got 2 returns, which means that we don't need it. Time save.
Yes, the time save we definitely wanted.
Nodders.
You could have picked it up just for, safety.
Yeah. The safety friend sphere. Right, this is the learn fire one, right? I not have enough speed spheres still. I have 2. That's not enough, is it?
Do you ever use your distiller?
Yeah. I think I did. Okay, that's fine. We can back it up on something.
Yeah, like Ultima Weapon.
Maybe I didn't do it on an Altana.
No, I don't think you did do it on Altana.
No. Okay, so
I assumed you were going to do it on a later boss when you didn't do it on Altana.
no, just forgot. Can I do it on Spectral Keeper?
No, you'll get countered to death.
Yeah, kind of thought you might say that. Unalesca?
Probably? I don't think you need her level 3 key spheres.
You get 2 free turns, right?
Yeah, you should be able to. You should be able to do it on Unalesca.
Alright, let's do it then. What do you reckon? Swag walk on the last one?
Oh, absolutely.
Alright.
Save those 2 steps.
Save that quarter of a second. I do it normally, but different in a marathon, innit?
Yeah, not when you've got time in the bag though.
Yeah.
But
so
all
anyway.
the safety out of the window.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you can just do on Unalesca. Have Tidus and Una in the party. And then Una for Riku, Tidus for Una, right?
Yeah.
That sounds like it works.
Or Una switch weapon
Yeah, all that, I guess.
would also work.
I haven't decided a way to ever do like the 3rd and 4th puzzle. The 3rd and 4th pedestals. So I just kind of flip-flop between doing them clockwise and counterclockwise.
Right. Whatever way you look at the JPEG first.
Like 2 days ago, I did these the other way.
Hmm.
I just never decided, so I just keep doing them opposite ways. Which I'm sure isn't a bad thing. There we go.
I think this is actually probably one of the worst Cloister of Trials, if you can call it Cloister of Trials.
It is when you have to go like back and forth a lot.
Yeah, casually it was definitely the worst. She basically just had to like step on all the floor tiles and work out what they were, and
Yeah.
then once you'd worked out the right ones, then you could complete that section of the puzzle.
I think there is a way to like go in the previous room and see what's what. Hang on. Swag walk. We're gonna go. Ooh, that's quite an awkward angle. We're gonna go between these two. Nah, I couldn't from that angle. I was a little too far to the left. I still went between them, but it was an awkward movement. Most runners you'll see go like to the side of that because it's a very narrow gap, and if you step on either of those white dots, you will fail and have to do the bit again.
Do you agree with that, Chris? Do you have Tetris painted on your wall?
Yeah. That's why I'm looking over there when I'm doing the puzzle. It's because I'm staring at the...
Whacked some stencils out and spray painted your wall.
Yeah. I'm like a really nerdy Banksy. I couldn't remember if I'd hit the save here outside. I almost always have, but...
I mean, this fight's free, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean to heal? Not
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
not to
to
save,
heal.
save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oop. There's a very small chance to crit here. Didn't crit. Yeah, well, we could like a bunch of extra stats to absolutely guarantee surviving here.
Yeah, this is actually one of the bosses that we have. Well, I think this is the boss that can hit us the hardest. It's the only one that really gets decent damage off on us other than Unaleska. But hers is mostly percentage based. So our actual HP values aren't that important. But that guy actually just hits like a truck.
I went to do a grid. There's no grid to do here. Already did it.
Not anymore. So it's speed distilling.
Yeah, and then her speed resets between phases, I think Grey Fox once told me.
Yeah, you're fine to do a weapon swap here.
Well, that answers that question, I guess.
I mean, I probably should have seen that one coming, honestly.
Yeah, we can just turn off no encounter armor or inside sin, and we can kill something there.
Yeah.
Because the other option is Omnis, but we can't do that because in 2 returns, Orin doesn't have first strike. There's not like an extra turn.
He's probably also in.
Oh, right, yeah. So there's also the 3% chance to miss on all of these attacks. If we miss this last attack here, we lose like a minute or so. Minute and a half.
Yeah, basically game over and had to reset the fight.
The big old bats inside Sin drop speeds.
Yeah, you can basically take out anything though. Like if you find an Adamantoise, you can just speed diller it. Unless you only bought one.
I bought one.
Oh.
Oh, a blessed armlet. It's what I've always wanted.
Didn't do the 1-up input to buy 11.
I thought one would be alright, weirdly, at the time. I didn't think I'd forget to do it on Altana and then Unaleska's immune. My bad.
True.
Yeah, also, the first time I did Unalesco, I was kind of annoyed by how easy it was, because I remember casually, it's such a nightmare, and then the speedrun just walks up. It's like, oh, anyway. Boop. Does Rin sell any? When does Rin's shop open?
Now? Question mark?
It does, right? It's just a long combo.
I came to hope.
Ah, never mind.
Thankfully.
Nice and short.
Thank you. All proceeds.
There we go.
So yeah, this is a part of the run that for newer runners is probably the most awkward, because especially if you haven't done the speed run with cutscenes, it can become quite confusing on where you have to run to trigger the story progression.
Yeah. You are basically... You have to run through the airship 4 different times.
Yeah.
Well, my baby.
Oh god, I'm gonna need an Omega Ruins map. How far ahead of schedule are we? Do you know, Crimson?
I must thank you.
So,
I think like you got 20 minutes.
Oh.
Play with.
Alright, Chow, what do you say? Well, how about we go kill Omega?
the final show.
Okay. Alright, why not? Let's do this. We're gonna boop Sin over the head a little bit. And then we'll spawn inside Sin. I'll take the save sphere back up, and then we can go boop Omega weapon. Okay, cool. Alright, so we'll do the countdown for the break then. 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. We'll take a break. We'll go kill Omega.
You heard him, chat. You get extra content today. You were showing up for just a speed run, but now we're gonna go give you some extra, more Final Fantasy X than you were banking on. But first, let's take a break, refill your water, stretch your legs, make sure you're back here in time to watch. I mean, hey, we've already got the armor drop, so who knows what else is gonna happen, right? And we're back. There is so much more Final Fantasy X than I thought that we were going to be seeing at the start of today. And we just keep on getting more and more of it. I'm not complaining. I'm just surprised. We're going to get right back to it just after these announcements, just for anybody who's showed up since the start of the stream. GDQX is going to be live at TwitchCon October 20th through the 22nd. The event's going to take place on the Games Done Quick stage, as well as be streamed live on our Twitch channel. Use !GDQX in Twitch chat to find out more about that and check out the schedule for it. Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 is going to be live in person January 14th through the 21st in Pittsburgh. Use !AGDQ in Twitch chat for more info on that. Go to GamesDoneQuick.com to check out the games list, which is currently live. Games Done Quick is hiring. If you're a business developer or you have experience recruiting sponsorships and would like to work with GDQ, apply at GamesDoneQuick.com/jobs. If you've missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows, past events like Flame Fatales, anything like that, be sure to check out the VODs on YouTube.com/GamesDoneQuick. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then come on over to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick so that you can catch our live content. It's always a ton of fun. Your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel all help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily speedrunning content. Or the extra speedrunning adjacent content, like doing more and more just out of left field things in Final Fantasy X. Hey Chris, what are we doing now?
We're gonna go kill Ultima Weapon.
Uh-huh.
It was mentioned beforehand that it was Omega. It's not Omega. We don't have that much time. We're not that ahead of schedule. But we do have enough time to go kill Ultima Weapon. So we're gonna go do that. During the break, I scrambled for a map of Omega Ruins because I do Nemesis Percent, which is a category where you go and capture 10 of everything in the game. I do that like once a year, which isn't enough for Omega Ruins to be solidified in my memory. But yeah, I'd say we're good to go if you are.
Yep, we're waiting on you at this point.
All right, fantastic. So 3, 2, 1, we continue. All right, so the plan, we're going to boop everyone here, then we're going to go to Inside Sin. Teleport back out. Then go to Omega Ruins. I think I know where Omega Ruins is on the world map. Roughly. And then we're going to go kill Ultima.
It's just that easy.
It's just that easy. There is a... Wait, what's the chance that you crit these? It's not high, right? It's not as high as Flux, I think? It's not 9%, it's a little lower.
I don't remember the exact number off the top of my head, but isn't it? I think it's like 8 or something.
Oh, never mind then. So it's the same then, it's 8%. Alright. I don't know how long it will be off the top of my head to go kill Ultima, but can't imagine it's more than 5 or so minutes, maybe a bit longer because we have to go back out and in again. But you know. Right, didn't get the crit on any of the first attacks.
Yeah, so importantly here, Impulse is a physical-based attack, even though it kind of looks like it should be magical, which means that all that strength we put on Bahamut translates over to his Impulse attack, which is a long-range attack. So we can make short work of these fights, which normally you'd need to either get in close or use a long-range attack for.
Yeah, in the old trio route, you would overdrive with Riku, and then you would mix two things together you get from Chocobo Racing that would make every single hit do 9999. These fights took quite a while as a result, because you would have to lance it a lot. You'd have to refill the overdrive, so you'd have to also bait Sin into barging you, so Riku goes back to full overdrive. It was a whole thing. Right, so now we're back here. There's still one more version of Sin to kill, which is overdrive Sin. The fight is basically a DPS check. It has 140,000 HP. And exists purely to make sure that, hey, you have enough damage, right? Like you haven't got up to here by turtling up. This is the third time we're going through the airship, so those of you with a memory will realize that we need to do one more, and then we're done running through, nearly done running through the airship. Yep. We're going to impulse, and then we're going to attack.
Yeah, so pretty much all of the fights at this point in the run are the exact same. The day the Bahamut route became a thing, the end game of this became very, very simple.
Yeah, it was very similar in the old route as well, bar like the final boss. Well, that's the way wrong. The final boss was very involved and had like a million weapon changes and stuff. Yeah, don't bother with that now. This can be 2 or 3 attacks. Let's do it.
And it's 3. Wow. The unexpected mega flare. I guess it is overdrive sin now.
Yep. Oh, did it not even do enough damage?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, it did. Okay, cool. Do we need the overkill? Hopefully not.
You're losing quite a bit of AP, probably.
It's fine. I'm gonna YOLO on Jack Beam later on. Right, so this is where we're gonna go back.
I mean, I heard jet beams grow on trees anyway, so...
Exactly. So we're gonna search. Omega Ruins is over here somewhere. It's random every time, so it's never
up
like...
and right.
Oh, it's up here, yeah. Alright, there we go. It's slightly different every time. Then... Oh, it got spoiled in chat. F. I was going to try and make it up seem like it is a big thing, but we almost certainly have AP because of, I mean, we're going to go kill Ultimate.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to have enough. Don't worry. It's over here somewhere, right?
Somewhere.
A lot faster without no encounter armor, isn't it? Why don't we always do?
Just a tad.
Why don't we always do this? Yeah, alright, cool. Still from Doors to Tomorrow as well?
Why not? We definitely need some overdrive to AP.
Wait, no, I can distill it. Can I distill it?
Probably not.
Let's
I
find
don't
out.
know.
Let's find out. Yes, let's go! Get our speed spheres from Ultima Weapon! It's efficient!
Be strong.
You've just created new speedruns backup strats. Live in a marathon. Run.
Yeah, it's gonna attack us, we're gonna live, and then we're gonna boop it back.
So efficient.
It's so efficient! Don't even need to take no encounter armor off now. Bahamut nearly has overdrive as well for when we need it later on. Yeah, backup strats that only apply with no encounter armor in a category that bans no encounter armor. Oh my god, we got 6 speeds! We're flying!
When we
Alright, anyway, mini cutscene. Oh wait, do you not automatically get put back at the top? Oh, whatever, it's fine. We can just do this. So we get put up here and then we go back. And now we're at the start? No, that doesn't work that way. Oh, it's only after you kill Omega, isn't it, that you get put back at the start?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, alright. We have to do another slow trek back out.
It's fine.
It's fine. Right. And if this isn't... I think I should probably just make a video guide for speedrun.com based on this run. This is what you need to do for a...
I think you should just, I think you should just make a really
spheres.
short. I think you should just make a really short video. Just drop it in the Discord.
Yeah.
Just be like, top 5 tips for backup strats.
Yeah. If you
When
consider
you run out
going
of speed spheres.
Vagrants.
Do you need exactly 6 speed spheres? Well, boy, do I have the scrap for you.
I'm assuming 6 is probably a rare drop. 6 seems like a lot. I think it's like the thing that would normally be 4. Anyway. No encounters still.
Who'd have thought it?
The next boss theme has an absolute banger. Unfortunately, CSR doesn't quite start it at the right place, so you don't get to hear the Omnis theme. When I do my streams, I normally get around this by playing a kazoo version of the Seymour Omnis song. I have a sneaking suspicion that we're not allowed to do that. So you're all going to have to listen to the very, very kind of theme
Peaceful.
from... Yeah, the peaceful theme from beforehand in the cutscene. And then around. That is the right party, probably. Yep. So, Omnis also has a lot of armor, just like Sanctuary Keeper. So we're going to do a strat that may look familiar. Defend. Armor break. I am not used to Tidus being on item. that was a surprise.
Could have thrown a potion.
Yeah. We could impulse to guarantee the hit. We won't. We risk 3% around here. We didn't get either of the 3% dedges. Sorry. Does Riku have overdrive? He does. So I just need to make the Riku, the Auron Burst Strike. There we go. As we get to hear this peaceful theme.
And shortly we get the best minigame in the world.
Yeah. I've recently learned that it's just faster to send it and play full risk. Sprint towards the screen kind of shenanigans. If you get the encounter, it's worth it. Yeah, if you find one that you otherwise wouldn't have. We need to find 10 eggs.
What is the lore behind this then, Chris?
Whoa, hang on, I'm doing the gameplay. I can't answer lore questions. What is this? Mr. Commentator, can you please explain the lore behind this, please?
Sure. There is none.
I'm sure that there must be theories online how it's, you know... Shouldn't have gone for that. You know, symbolism and whatnot. Metaphors. Oh, hello. So that situation that just happened back there is what you don't want to happen. Like, there is an egg somewhere, and it's spawned. We just can't see it because it's off screen. So we're like having to rotate the camera to see where it's at the back, like this.
Yeah,
like this. Like, there is one there somewhere before this one spawned. We just can't see it.
I think that the thing that makes this minigame so annoying is that you're not in control of the spinning camera.
Yeah.
And so you basically have to hope the crystals come up in places where the camera's not going to screw you.
So we got a bunch of weapons that we don't need, along with some spheres that we will use. I just need to do the Unigrid make Auron weapon and and zombie attack as well. Because we got a blessed armor.
The best armor. So Chris is now going to walk around and get the last bit of agility that Yuna needs. Bahamut needs quite a lot of agility for this final boss fight. Because the Braskus Fire Leon has a delay mechanic, and so without the extra agility, it's possible for Bahamut to get killed before we get a second, before we do the necessary damage to kill it. Chris will also be getting zombie attack. This is useful for killing the very final quote unquote boss of the game, Yu Yevon. And then the last thing he needs to do is put first strike on Auron's weapon. The reason for that is that this fight actually has a fixed starting party of Tidus, Yuna, and Auron. So we need Auron to have first strike so that we have enough turns to do what we need to do in this battle. So Chris starts off by switching Yuna out to Riku and mixes a Chaos Grenade. This applies Armor Break to Braskus Fire Leon and a Poison Tick. Talk with Tidus makes it so that Braskus Fire Leon loses one of its turns, and then we just summon Bahamut and go back to doing what we're doing the rest of the time.
And now we hope for the Jet Beam.
They do grow on trees, I believe.
Yeah, so BFA has a move called Jet Beam that we wanted to use. Its other attack, which it will use 2 out of 3 times, so 66% of the time, has a delay on it. So both Pagodas will get a turn. It loses like 25 seconds or something. If ever there was a run we were going to get Jet Beam, it's going to be this one, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Jet 2 Bimu? Ah, the swords win.
Oh well, this loses about 20 seconds.
Yep.
Probably not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll live. Slight note, Power Wave does cure Armor Break, but which are mix inflicted. But we've already done all the damage. We've now done enough. How long have we got?
To estimate.
Boss.
Yuna!
Oh, it's 3:19. What? Oh, jeez. Okay. We've done so much extra stuff. Okay.
So now we're coming into the last 6 fights. We have to defeat the possessed Aeons one at a time, and then finally Yu Yevon, the big bad guy.
You want to attack Ifrit?
I mean, you could just attack all of them.
We're going to be a while there on some of them.
I thought you were going for the attack strat to be a while. If you'll probably just hit straight away.
Yeah, good point. Alright, fine. We've now shown off spare change and, you know, lob money at your Aeons. Wait, I can still summon Bahamut, right?
Yeah, question mark?
Let's get him in!
This will be interesting.
Do you reckon Mega Flare kills?
Probably. Got him.
Got him.
You're just gonna slap the next one.
I don't know. I'm thinking I might grand summon.
If Bahamut dies to Shiva, do you then have to not do Bahamut?
Something makes me think it's going to be auto healed, but it's a good question. Wait, no. Let's spiral cut. No, that's probably too fast. The pagodas have like 9k HP or something. I'm not sure we can. Kill the pagodas with this strat. Yeah, this is how you would do this in a normal any percent run.
Yeah, these are the fastest strats.
Yeah.
Without question.
Okay. Shiva will summon Bahamut and try and attack. I would imagine that Bahamut is unfavored to hit.
Bahamut's unfavored to hit. I don't know how Shiva will hit back. Probably not very well.
Yeah. And then with Bahamut will attack, and if that misses, we'll spiral cut.
Sure. I'll save his spiral cut for Bahamut then.
I guess I could impulse, but where's the fun in that? Nah, dodge, unlucky. Oh my god! Ow! That hurt?
I mean, I guess they retain the strength.
Alright, we'll just spiral cut this then.
Now we find out if you get to skip Bahamut.
You're not going to be able to skip Bahamut. Yeah, you still have to summon. Alright, last one and then it's you, Gavin. Boop! I'm pretty sure Tidus attacks don't kill Bahamut.
I'm pretty sure you're probably... they might do, actually. I have no idea, though.
Now we'll find out. Alright. Oh, Yuna, come on. We're supposed to... Oh, what a disaster. It's supposed to be losing time. Does Kimari have overdrive? When's Riku's turn? Nah, let's not be silly. Let's just end it. It's like, what if I self-destructed you yet? Riku's turn isn't forever.
Mega Phoenix for style. GG.
GG. There it is. That's time. A completely serious,
what a
very
run.
good final time. Yeah, what a run.
What a run indeed. Hey, you're still underestimate.
Yeah,
You're still so underestimate.
Yeah, I kind of saw that when going when I killed BFA, I took a look at the timer on screen, and it was still considerably lower than I thought it might be. So,
You know, I'm starting to think that maybe you've got what it takes to get a world record in this game.
you might be onto. Maybe I'll try it.
Yeah, you should try. I bet you could get one.
All right. Well, I'll try for one and see. How
Yeah,
that
just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Hey, if I wanted to watch you trying to get a world record, where could I do that?
Oh, you could do that at twitch.tv/Chris Tenarium. That's me. Hello. I have the world record for this category specifically. I'm now going almost certainly back to do manips and try and grind that time lower down. Final Fantasy X speedrunning right now is popping off. There's so many people running it. We're all playing world record hot potato right now as well, with a lot of people bopping one another back and forth. It's kind of crazy and a really cool time for Final Fantasy X. Crimson, you got any words?
Not really. That pretty much says it all. It's been very lively since Terraskip for sure. And CSR has done a lot to bring new people into the runs. Definitely seen a massive uptick in people running since CSR went live as a category. So yeah, if anyone feels like giving it a go, then definitely check out the CSR versions, because it cuts the run down, as it's already been said, from just under 9 hours to just over 3.
Yep, pretty insane. Even with all of the sillying around we did, it was still 3.5 hours. You can pick up this game tomorrow. You can use Mr. Titan's notes and you can finish a run blind. It's brilliant. I also want to say thank you so much, GDQ, for having me as well. This was a lot of fun. I'm sorry for giving an estimate that was too high when we got no bad RNG almost at all throughout the entire run. It really was a very, very good stellar run throughout. And 2 pieces of bad RNG, and they didn't really affect it in any way. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you for showing off. It's been a blast. Everyone, make sure you're following Chris. One more time, I'm going to read some announcements. Great news for anybody who thinks, that's not enough Final Fantasy for today. We've got more coming. There's going to be 13.2 coming up next, so you'll want to stick around for that. I'm going to read you some announcements, and then we're going to go to a break, and the next time that you see something on GDQ in just a little bit, it's going to be another Final Fantasy speedrun. Wouldn't you know it? So, just some reminders. GDQX is going to be live from TwitchCon, October 20th through the 22nd. The event's going to take place on the GDQ stage, as well as be streamed live on this Twitch channel. Use !GDQX in Twitch chat to find out more info and check out the schedule for that event. Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 is going to be live in person January 14th through the 21st in Pittsburgh. Use !AGDQ in Twitch chat for more info on that one. Also, head on over to GamesDoneQuick.com to check out the games list, which is live now. GDQ is hiring. If you're a business developer or have experience recruiting sponsorships and you'd like to work for GDQ, apply at GamesDoneQuick.com/jobs. If you've missed out on any of our other hotfix shows, which are just always a blast, or any of our past events like Flame Fatales, always a blast.
But
Make sure to check out the VODs at youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. If you're watching this run on YouTube, which at this point you are, you're watching on YouTube. That's why I'm talking to you now. Hi, come on over to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick and watch some live content after you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Finally, your subs, your Prime Gaming subs, your gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily speedrunning content. Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you had fun. There's going to be some more Final Fantasy coming up for you in just a moment. Chris, Crimson, thank you so much for showing this off. This was a blast.
Thank you so much for having me. And I can't help but notice I see I didn't know it was 13-2 next, which means that it's Dasfero and Dine, 2 people I know. Go them. I wish them all of the luck in the world, and I hope they knock it out the park.